It's time for Think Fast, the speedrunning game show of fast times and sharp minds. I'm your host, Corva May.
And I'm Swoos, also your host.
Tonight, galaxies of various relative ages and distance. The trivia might be from a long, long time ago, but the race is happening right now. Our contestants for tonight's showdown, We Super and It's Jared97. I'm sure everyone knows the rules, but just to be safe, this is Think Fast, the speedrunning game show. Our contestants will race for the best time in LEGO Star Wars, the complete saga any percent, but with a catch. Swoos and I can interrupt whenever we feel like to ask a trivia question. And if a runner answers right, we'll take some seconds off their final time. There's no penalty for guessing wrong, but focus too hard on answering the question, and your run might suffer. For all of you lovely folks watching, feel free to play along and chat. How are both of you feeling going into tonight's race?
I'm feeling good. I heard there's going to be some space questions. I also heard there's going to be some Star Wars questions, and I think that's Jared's specialty.
Yeah, I'm feeling really, really good about the Star Wars trivia and hopefully about the speedrunning part too. So I'm really excited. Should be a lot of fun.
Sweet. Boost, are you ready to start?
I think I'm good.
Runners, are you ready to start?
Yep.
Then without further delay, it's time to think fast. In 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, here we go. Before we get bombarded with trivia questions, I'm going to kind of explain a couple of the cool pieces of tech we're going to see throughout the run. And the first thing, and probably the most notable thing about speedrunning LEGO Star Wars and LEGO games in general, is we're going to be doing something called 1P2C, or one player, two controllers, where we are controlling two players at the same time in order to do sections faster, do certain skips, whatever it is. So we'll have like one hand on the controller, one hand on the keyboard. So not only are we answering trivia, but we are controlling two players at once. This is going to be the ultimate brain test here. And I guess I'll try to explain as much during the cutscenes, and then I'm guessing during the gameplay we're going to be absolutely berated with trivia. But we're going to head into episode 1 here. Episode 1 is the only episode unlocked at the start, The Phantom Menace. Once we beat this episode, all the other ones will unlock, so we're actually going to go a little bit out of order later in the run. But for now, we're going to hop into the first level, controlling two players at once, clearing out all the enemies. This level's pretty simple, just kind of running through. Our only goal is we're trying to finish with 0 studs, which are the little coins on the ground, because it'll save us about a 7-second animation at the end of the level.
Justin, really quick question. Are we going to save after this level? I forgot to ask this earlier. Okay, just making sure.
We're going to save just for marathon safety, because the game could maybe crash or something.
But yeah, the only level in which the stud animation plays is after this one. So this is the only level where we do that.
Interesting. Is it just like they show it the first time and they never show it again?
Yep.
Kind of idea?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I guess that makes sense. It's kind of like, hey, this is a currency. You should get more of it. And you're like, oh.
It's like, I'm in a good setup to get 0.
Yep, I just got 0 as well. Pretty good 1-1 for me as well.
Yeah, I lost a couple seconds. But yeah, there we go. That's the first level. Like I said, that's pretty simple, but that is only the beginning for what we're going to see in this run. Next level, we're going to get to see our first out-of-bounds trick of the run. And out-of-bounds in this game is probably one of the most broken out of bounds in any video game. You can just walk under the floor wherever you want. You can jump as high as you want, as low as you want. So we're going to be going out of bounds a lot, skipping a lot of rooms that way.
Yeah, this out of bounds that we're about to do is also probably one of the most unique in the entire game. It is the only out of bounds in the whole entire game, besides like maybe 1 or 2, where we use refresh rate, in-game refresh rate, to clip up a tree and then clip out of bounds using a refresh rate change. So you'll see how that looks like in a little bit once I get there.
So is this one of those games where physics is tied to refresh rate, kind of?
It is. And luckily, the frame rate is capped at 60. However, we can go down to 50 and 40 frames per second, which we will see a couple times throughout the run. We spend most of the run on 60. But every once in a while, we'll, such as right there, we switch from 50 to 60, clip out of bounds, and now we're just walking under the map. And in this process, we're also skipping a cutscene. So it saves a lot more than you'd expect.
Yeah, I unfortunately did not get a very quick skip there, but believe it or not, we're also not only going through here as fast as we can, but we're also setting up for a piece of RNG manipulation a little bit later in the run in 2-4. And believe it or not, the Justin, you can kind of go into a little bit more in depth. But how fast you go in that first room of Invasion of Naboo actually affects how quickly, or the seeds that you get in the Jedi battle arena. So it's a really complicated. There's a whole like 38-minute video that kind of explains how that works. But it's pretty cool that you get to like manipulate the game's code.
Yeah, so a lot of stuff that we're considering behind the scenes here, like you just said, that RNG manipulation is dependent on things we do earlier in the run, and we're trying to basically get the best RNG there as possible. So in the back of our mind, we're thinking of all of these different things just to ensure that everything is as fast as possible. Of course, we'll try to go fast.
In a speedrun? Certainly not.
All right, well, that is our second level down. Got a pull out of bounds, a couple tough jumps there. The third level is, funnily enough, probably the easiest one in the entire run coming up here, Escape from Naboo. We're just going to be trying to go as fast as possible. We got one super easy trick, and that's it.
Maybe time for our first trivia question?
We can make that happen.
I think we can.
Oh, boy.
David Prost, the actor who played Darth Vader, was originally offered what other role as well?
Can I answer Chewbacca?
That's right.
What?
20 seconds for Jared.
20 seconds? Oh boy.
Oh, man.
20 seconds is a lot.
Depending on who you ask, our show is either the easiest or hardest time save you can get.
20 seconds, especially in this, like, how long the run is, that is huge.
All right, I'm gonna have to dial in here.
Justin, I'm not on a Jedi battle seat, so you might save that time back eventually.
Oh, you messed up the RNG minute.
I did.
So I might have a slight advantage in about, what, like 26 minutes? Something like that. Yeah, but here we go. Like I said, this level is good movement. There's always the boring level in the run, and well, here it is. But we're just focusing on going as fast as possible here. Trying not to die. I might die.
I got the power up, so I'm chilling.
Oh, all right.
Power-ups.
This could be super scary.
Power-ups, for those who are unfamiliar with this game, basically is like a cheat code. It gives you invincibility, it gives you stud magnet, it gives you like a bunch of really cool abilities. And they're only found in specific spots in the game. And as we pick up 2 in this level, but a lot of times we'll be going out of our way to get these things to kind of, go fast, right?
All right, at the end of the level here, we're going to see a pretty quick 2-player strat. We're going to call in the second player and switch characters and then drop them back out. And it may seem like it does nothing, but it's actually kind of skipping a little camera pan. The camera kind of like pans to show you where the end of the level is, but if you switch characters during that pan, it just interrupts it and it just stops. So saves a couple seconds, and it's really nice. I believe we're both done with the third level now.
Yeah.
Roger.
And coming up is probably, so we go from the boringest level to probably the scariest level in the entire run, Pod Race.
Ooh.
And you may think, oh, you're just racing around the track, but we're gonna be breaking the walls a little bit in Pod Race with one of the most punishing to miss tricks in the entire game.
It's also probably one of the coolest tricks in my unbiased opinion in the whole run. But basically, go ahead, Justin.
If you want to hit us with a question while we're in the middle of doing some fraudulent pod racing while we're out of bounds, I mean, it'll be tough to focus, but I think that's a good time.
We can do that. Let's see. I want an easy one.
No, heavens no.
No. No longer available to purchase, the largest Lego set in terms of piece count was an image of what?
Can I answer Death Star 2?
No.
No.
Ooh.
Is this a Star Wars themed or
Not
any
necessarily. This is
Any
any
Lego.
Lego
Oh, it's
set.
any Lego. Okay.
Lego? The Golden Gate Bridge,
No.
the Eiffel Tower.
No, but hold on
Taj
to that
Mahal.
thought.
Oh, it's Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal.
It is not. It is specifically an image. It is not a structure.
An image. Ooh.
Is
It's-
it
This is meant. This was meant to be wall art.
wall art?
Starry Night.
Oh.
Mona Lisa.
Ooh. Oh, that was a good guess.
Also, not necessarily of a painting.
Not of a painting.
Not available for purchase anymore.
That's. It's just not available. That's not a hint. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They just no longer sell it.
Is it a city skyline?
It is a larger concept than a city skyline.
The USA.
Bigger.
The world map.
It is the world map.
That's right.
Oh, wow.
All right, I'm on a weird setup. I'm just gonna say this right now. This might not work for me. I don't know how yours is going, Jared.
I think we're
That'll
good.
be
Yeah, we're good.
15 seconds for Wii Super.
Let's go. Okay, hold on. This is scary. I can recover this.
Okay, I got it. So that's how we skip pod race, ladies and gentlemen. We use two players
Okay, I got it
to
too.
clip out of bounds, and then we use a really, really broken mechanic to increase our speed while out of bounds. And basically, every single time you die while you're out of bounds, the game builds up a certain amount of speed. No idea why. No idea why the developers included that. But we basically use that to hit the lap 3 trigger, because basically the game, the way it counts lap completion is by seeing if you've crossed a specific part of the map. And so as soon as you cross that part in the map, the game basically loads in the transitions and the cutscenes for the laps. And so once we hit that, we build enough speed to where we completely skip having to do the second lap, and it saves around 35 seconds. Very, very broken.
Speed up one more time just to reach the end of the map. Yeah, I don't know why you go so fast out of bounds, but I mean, I'm not complaining. But the reason it's so punishing is because if you make one little slip up, if you miss the mid-lap checkpoint or just somehow mess it up, you can just end up stuck going backwards on the track, and you just like can't really move at all. And you either have to restart the entire level or like go at super, super slow speed around the entire track. It can be deadly if you miss that trick. But luckily we both got it.
Yeah. Recently we had a really, really big any percent tournament in our community. It was like a 24-person tournament, and we had it in like a really cool format. We can go into detail about that another time. But that trick was a big like moment in a lot of the races. We had a lot of missed pod fraud attempts that cost a lot of time, and it's because it's so early in the race. It's like such a big tone setter in these kind of runs.
Makes sense, yeah. Also, for reference, that the world map set is 11,695 pieces. So
Wow.
I don't even want to know the price on that.
I don't actually.
I'm gonna look that.
Gotta be
look that
like
up.
Lego World Map and MSRP.
Apparently, it was 200.
250.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad.
A lot of the
I got 200, yeah.
most
wow,
of the pieces
yeah.
are kind of just like tiles. They're like not even bricks.
That's like more like a puzzle than it is like a Lego set, I feel like.
Yeah.
I like how we kind of were like
It is-
zooming out that whole time.
It is 2 cents per piece, which is very cheap on Lego standards.
Yeah.
All right, we're
But
gonna
they're
see
all
kind
just
of
like
a
one by ones.
rapid fire of skips here, flipping out of bounds with this,
Oh!
this speeder.
I missed it.
You missed
That's
it.
really bad.
I got it.
Okay, actually, I can back this up, I think.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I guess I've taken the lead.
Yeah, that was really bad.
All right, we gotta step on all these buttons here, and I'm gonna do this without killing any of the enemies. I'm trying to like manipulate them into the middle of the room so all the buttons are clear, just like that. And we get through that room smoothly. That room can be an absolute disaster if one of the enemies is like blocking a button or something. And back to what we were talking about before with 1P2C or one player, two controller strats. Controlling two players at once, this next room is one of the most complex in the entire game, where I'm going to be navigating up the left side of this room with two players at the same time, doing a bunch of very precise jumps. This requires a lot of focus, so let's see how we do.
Yeah, believe it or not, I don't even go for the variation that Justin is going for. It only saves around, like, if done perfectly, it only saves around 3 to 4 seconds. And it's very, very difficult. Like you said, it's probably one of the most difficult 1P2Cs in the whole game. So I just force this elevator right here with both players called in, and then I jump over just like that. So it's a little bit easier, but I do take a little bit of time loss for that.
All right, and like I said, lots of out of bounds. Gonna kill this player, and they respawn behind the door that normally takes you to the previous room. And just like that, we're out of bounds. We're gonna skip this entire room. It's like a 15, 20-second time save.
What are your setups for 1P2C? So like one controller, one keyboard, or two controllers?
Yeah,
funny you
for
asked
most
that.
People, so for about 90% of people who play this game, they're going to have a controller for the first player and a keyboard for the second player.
That is the setup that I use.
Yeah, I'm a rare exception where I have keyboard for my first player, and then for my second player, I'll either use the second part of the keyboard, like the arrow keys, or I'll use a controller, depending on the section. So everyone does something a little bit differently, but the vast majority of people do controller player 1, keyboard player 2, or we just call it controller keyboard.
Right.
Yeah, it was believed for the longest time that controller keyboard is actually faster than double keyboard, which it is, but recently a lot of players have been adapting a hybrid element where, like, most parts they'll play double keyboard and then switch to controller for specific parts that require controller. Like, I know, Justin, you kind of do that now. And then Roadhouse, the current world record holder, is notorious for doing a hybrid setup. So
yeah,
it's pretty cool. It's just mainly kind of up to preference. But yeah, I'm a controller keyboard player.
Interesting.
I grew up playing this game on Xbox, so that's kind of been my thing with it.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting pattern we've noticed that, like, a lot of people who prefer to play on keyboard are people who grew up playing games on keyboard, maybe like Counter-Strike or like Source games, and the people who play on controller maybe grew up playing games on console. But controller does have a couple benefits that keyboard doesn't have. Obviously, the bigger precision with the control stick, and also being able to move the camera with the C stick. You can't do that on keyboard. And certain skips actually require you to move the camera to the side.
Yeah, I cannot play platformers on keyboard. It just hurts too much.
Coming into Darth Maul here, we're going to have a tricky jump off a lamp. Just skip the first boss fight, followed by some tricky platforming in the second room. If you want to hit us with a question, now might be a pretty chaotic time to do so.
Let's do this one. Where can you find the 3 Legoland parks in the USA?
Okay, I've actually been to one. One of them's Orlando.
Florida's one of them.
Florida, California, Minnesota.
Not Minnesota.
Well, you gotta give the specific cities.
Okay.
You do not.
Orlando. Oh, really?
don't.
What? Okay.
I don't know the cities.
Florida, California, New York.
Texas.
Is New York?
That's right.
Oh, wow.
I'd name 3 pretty big states.
Yep.
20 for super.
Justin, you're so much better at rapid fire answers than I am.
Yeah, the one in New York opened in 2021, and the other 2 have been
So
for
recent.
a long time.
Well, the less Star Wars questions, the better we are.
I mean, we got an even distribution of each. Just a matter of when we ask them. So.
So we're coming up on the latter half of Darth Maul, and we're going to see a pretty cool boss fight strat from both me and Justin, where it's a frame perfect skip where we have to basically hit Maul with both players at the exact same frame. And if we do that, we skip having to a couple things. We skip a cutscene of Maul jumping back and forth between the map area, and then we also skip a variation of the final part of the fight. So again, it's frame perfect. It's one of the only like really very precise tricks in the whole entire run, but we do have a method of which we try to get it. So hopefully we both can get a good fight.
Yeah, my method involves pressing the buttons on the keyboard really, really hard, which may sound weird, but it's basically pressing 2 buttons on the same frame. So I feel like the harder you press them, the less room for error there is. Let me see if I can get it. If Maul does not jump away, then I got it. So let's see here. Nice, I got both of them.
Nice. Good stuff. I'm coming up on it. See if I can get both of them. I also got both. Double frame perfect cycle skips. Let's go.
Nice.
That's pretty rare. All right. Oh, one more hit. And just like that, that is the first of 6 episodes done. There we go. 1 down, 5 to go. And our next episode we'll be heading to is episode 2. And like I said, after we finish episode 1, all the other episodes unlock. So we could go to 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, but funnily enough, just going to 2 is the next fastest, because we're going to be getting our first red brick of the run. For anyone who doesn't know, red bricks are kind of like these power-ups that you can give your character. And in level 2-5, there's a red brick for exploding blaster bolts, which is the most powerful red brick in the entire game. So we really want to get that as soon as possible. So we're going to head straight to episode 2 and get that right away.
Yeah, a lot of the red bricks that we that are in the game, like you have to go out of your way to get it. But believe it or not, exploding blaster bolts, which like Justin said is the most useful red brick in the whole entire run, is the easiest by far to get in the entire game. So it doesn't lose any time. In fact, actually I think it saves time because you take a tighter line. But yeah, we'll be seeing that in Gunship Cavalry, which is a little bit later in episode 2. But you'll see in the later episodes why exploding blaster bolts is such a useful red brick.
For now, we are back into the Mos Eisley Cantina. We got to do a short little walk to the second episode. Just a little strolling through the cantina.
Well, while you're walking, what is the difference between an asteroid and a comet?
One is made of ice and one's a rock.
Which one's which?
The comet's
ice, asteroid's rock.
That is right. Asteroids are rocky, comets are icy. I do believe Super got all of that, so...
Wow. Ooh, I like the space questions. Keep them coming,
10 seconds for that one.
Okay.
I gotta lock in.
I'll take it.
Look, we got a lot more questions to go through. We got a lot of time to give out, don't worry.
Oh yeah.
All right.
So we're coming up on our second vehicle level of the run, Bounty Hunter Pursuit. And we keep 2 players called in the entirety of this level. And it's very tricky 1P2C to learn, very tricky 1P2C to execute as well. You got to the mechanics in a couple of the rooms in this level, you have to go over some lights, and sometimes it can be really finicky controlling both of the players. But yeah, it's a pretty cool 1P2C to be able to do. It's probably one of my favorites, if we're being honest.
Yeah, this one is quite challenging, and yeah, like you said, you're about to see here, we're going to be literally just playing 2 games at once. One player is going to be shooting turrets and hitting lights on one side of the room, while the other player is doing the same on the other. So gotta really dial in here.
The character, Skunk, to answer your question, the character with who's the fastest in the entire game is Droidica. And we actually use him in all of the free play categories of this game in free play, all mini kits. We use him there, but unfortunately, because any percent is a story category and you cannot unlock Droideka in story, we do not use him. But the two fastest characters in story are Jar Jar Binks and Yoda while he's in his double jump animation.
Don't forget about Han Solo. That guy is zooming.
That is true.
Want some rare, obscure knowledge? Mouse Droid.
Oh
You
yeah.
have him in every level. He's actually faster than Droideka, but you only can play him in 3 levels in the entire run.
Yeah, using the extra toggle extra.
All right, here we go. Onto the second section here. We got more really, really hard 1v2C as we're shooting these turrets and hitting the lights.
Justin, what was your episode 1 exit?
I got a 20:34.
All right.
20 minutes, 34 seconds. I did miss the light there, but luckily I recovered it well.
Speaking of numbers and the level we're at, how many levels does Coruscant have?
Oh, wait.
Oh, 3.
It is many. So in the lore of Star Wars, Coruscant is divided into different levels. And the higher you are, the richer you are.
Oh, you mean in elevation? Okay.
It's 3,
Yeah,
right?
in the
It's
game.
3, right?
Yeah.
It is more than 3.
Okay.
It is more than 5.
8.
15.
All right, you all are very not close.
100.
Closer, but not close.
115.
More.
200.
A lot more.
A lot more.
530.
A lot more.
A lot more.
2050.
More.
4,000.
And
More than 4,000. Less than 10,000.
8,900.
Less.
7,100.
Less.
7,000. 6,900.
Less than both.
5,000.
6,700.
More.
5,600.
6,200. Oh, 5,400.
50. What?
5,400.
Closer.
5,500.
5,450.
Closer.
5,370.
Oh,
Less close.
5,368.
Less.
5,330.
Less.
5,320.
It's not 5,300. I'm just going to tell you.
5,200. 5,295.
If you're
Less.
within 50, I'll give it at this point.
5,250.
Nope.
Nope.
5,180.
Nope.
Nope.
You picked a really bad time to add this.
130.
That's within 3.
That's within 3.
5,127.
Okay, that's exactly
correct.
accurate.
Yeah, but we did say within 3, so you had a 1 in 2 shot of getting that right. So
Bang. Also, I got
5
Camino
seconds
button
for
skip. We're moving right now.
Oh, I got it too. You might have missed that. That trick is very precise. You're riding along an edge out of bounds, and yeah, that was an interesting experience.
You picked such a weird time to ask such a mind-boggling question because I missed the R4 fly at the beginning of the level. It's a really, really precise trick where you have to move around a kill plane with R4. The skip having to build the door or whatever. Build a bridge, actually. And I missed it while I was trying to come up with an answer for that question. So I may have gotten more time via the question, but Justin's saving time to me actually in the game.
All right. Coming up here, we got a. I think you're not doing the second drop in warp, right?
No.
All right. Only I'm doing this strat, just a small little time save where I'm gonna not go into the elevator, but actually fly to the right side of it. And if I time dropping an Obi-Wan perfectly, he'll just be in the elevator, and he'll go up just like that. And this level is just skip after skip after skip. So I got one more skip coming up here. And I'm actually gonna go out of my way. All right, I'm actually deliberately killing a bunch of these robots here because, believe it or not, that is related to the RNG manipulation I was talking about earlier. It looks like I did not clip. Let's try that again. I'm gonna try to clip out again. Did I get it? Oh, I didn't get it. Okay, well, that's really bad. I can try to recover this.
Ooh, I got the backup. Shout out to Frostbite for that backup. I didn't clip out initially, but I moved forward a little bit with player 2. And I ended up clipping out. So it looks like I'm ahead of you again, Justin.
Yeah, I think you took the lead. I got third try. That was a disaster. That trick can be really finicky. You have to be standing on a super exact spot on the floor. And it can clip out of bounds and skip a cutscene, actually. Now we have the Django fight. Yep.
Sorry, that was probably me.
All right, Django fight. Here we go. This fight is very scripted. You're just kind of doing each section. There's a little bit of RNG for like how fast he shoots and stuff, but it's nothing too crazy.
But yeah, I had a pretty clean Camino besides that R4 fly miss. Would have been really, really good if I had gotten that first try. But getting through that level without any really major disasters is really, really nice. It's definitely one of the more stressful levels in the early game.
Speaking of the early game, Boos, give us this next question.
Oh,
Early game. What were the first weapons introduced in a Lego set?
Lightsabers?
Oh.
Is it a whip?
Nope.
like a dagger.
Close. There are
Close.
three answers for this one.
Pitchfork.
No.
No.
They are all melee weapons.
Bow and arrow.
No.
Oh.
Baseball bat.
No. That would make sense.
You can't just say a knife, right? You can't say that.
I mean,
It would
Yeah.
not. You
Is
got
it
to be
a
more specific.
bone? Are bones considered weapons?
Oh, like a pirate sword.
it's not.
Cutlass.
It's not a pirate sword, but sword is one of them. So I'll give you that.
Darn. Do I have to guess? We have to guess all three.
If you can, yeah. For reference, these were part of the Lego castle theme.
Shield. Does that count?
Nope.
Oh.
I can think of the weapon, but I don't know the name of it.
The spike weapon? The thing with the
Yeah.
Like a mace?
Yeah, a mace. Spear.
Vessel.
A spear.
Think about a
Very
close.
close, I think.
It's think about a spear with something added onto it.
An arrow?
That's technically a correct answer, but not what I meant.
A spear.
A spear with spikes? I don't know.
Spiky spear. If you were on horseback,
A jousting stick.
yes.
That what's it called?
If you don't get it, I'll give you half for that because it is. But
I don't know what it's actually called.
I don't know what it's called either.
all right, it is a lance.
A lance.
Oh.
And the last
Sounds like
one is like a long sword, kind of.
Long sword.
It's not really a sword. It's a weapon. It's a melee weapon with range, I guess. It's long.
Interesting.
I'm trying to think of how to describe it.
It's
Melee weapon with a range.
They're long.
it's it appears in Kirby.
In a way, yeah.
I
In a way.
Lego,
In
not
a
Kirby.
It appears in Fire Emblem. but all of these do because they're all the weapons.
They're all medieval weapons.
Yeah, I play Lego Star Wars.
I'm a bit lost with this as well.
Does this appear in Star Wars?
Probably not.
It does.
I don't-
Really?
It does?
God, I don't know this lore. It's
By the way,
Okay, it's Imperial Tonfel class escort carrier used during the Galactic Civil War.
It's also used by Rancors trained by Thim Mallet of the Witches of Dathomir. Yep.
Yep.
I know my Star Wars
Awesome.
lore.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Wait, is this just okay?
it is.
All right.
Any last
I don't know.
guesses?
no.
It is a halberd.
Yep. Nope. Not happening.
So I think
According to a Reddit thread on who would win, the halberd from Kirby would beat the Death Star from Star Wars.
So I think that is 10 for Wii Super, 5 for Jared. We're getting
Okay.
jousting stick.
Okay.
It was really good.
All right. Meanwhile, that was a good way to pass all of Droid Factory. That's just an execution level. There's not too many crazy tricks or anything.
Yeah, we did a couple. We did a camera pan skip. Kind of the tech that's similar in to the one in Escape from Naboo that we were talking about earlier. We did another one of those that saves a couple seconds.
All right. On to Jedi Battle, which is a level we've been bringing up periodically throughout the run, talking about this RNG manipulation that I should be able to do, but Jared cannot. Because of all the factors previously in the run, how fast our first remove invasion of Naboo was, how many of those little robot droids we killed on Camino, they all have an effect. And because of how I played those two sections, I should know where all the droids are in a kind of in this hide and seek-esque section in the second half of the level. For now, I gotta clear out these pillars, which is not going very well. Okay, this is going horribly. I don't know how your pillars are going, Jared.
So far, it's not too bad.
All right, well, my first pillar was quite the disaster, but that's okay, because I should be able to make up some time on the hide and seek section coming up.
Oh, I actually got a really good pillars. That was really good. But yeah, so Judson is gonna know where all of the droids are, and I'm not. So I just gotta hope and pray that I get good RNG here, and these droids show up fast for me. I actually got 4 presented to me right at the start, actually.
Oh,
Wow.
Don't tell me you're just getting lucky.
Right now I am, but okay, I did get lucky. Wow, that was a really good first wave. Okay, if I get a good second wave here, we're chilling. But the second wave can be a little bit more dumber than the first wave.
He is just kind of looking for them. I know exactly where all these droids are going to be. So there's going to be 3 right here. And there's going to be 1 up and to the right here. And then the last one's going to be right behind me. Just like that. And then in the second wave, there's going to be like 2 or 3 to the right of me. And then the other 4 on the left. And that's the benefit of knowing. So you're not just aimlessly running around. I know exactly where they all are.
Yeah, I just killed the last guy, and it was not very good.
Yeah, and then the last 2 are going to be right around this corner here. Sometimes this last guy can kind of run away. There he is. So, there we go.
So it sounds like I'm barely still ahead of you, but you probably also have the benefit of slower load, so you're probably a little bit farther ahead of me. Which, by the way, I don't know if we mentioned this, but the game's official timing on the leaderboard is decided without loads. So we have a load remover built into Live Split that takes out the loads of the game, which are different for everyone who runs the game. And I tend to have a little bit faster loads than everyone else. So on the leaderboard, it's going to be a little bit faster, but on RTA races like this, I do get a little bit of an advantage.
right, and of course we have the time from the trivia questions too.
Of course.
That's true.
That's gonna matter.
Yeah.
We can go swing that advantage a little bit if we want.
All right, let's do it. We're heading to a ship level. We're gonna grab a red brick here, so pay attention to that. But for the most part, we're just gonna be going fast.
What original trilogy actor was uncredited for script work on The Phantom Menace?
What original trilogy actor on The Phantom Menace?
They were uncredited for script work on The Phantom Menace.
Mark Hamill?
Harrison Ford.
Neither of those.
All right, well that's all I got.
Okay, well I can just start naming off. Is it Billy D. Williams?
Nope.
Carrie Fisher.
That's right.
Oh, what? Oh, wow. I feel embarrassed for missing that.
You know, for the record, that was a guess. I know about 4 actors.
It just happened to be one of the 4. That's all you need.
Yeah. Sometimes you just say the stuff that you might know, and it's right.
I did not know that they did script writing on The Phantom Menace. I kind of feel bad.
Yeah, I remember. I thought the question was going in the direction of which actor was uncredited in the original trilogy because the Darth Vader voice actor, James Earl Jones, was uncredited in the first movie, but was credited in the second one. So I thought you were going to go in that direction, but
Oh, that's funny.
I don't have a question about that.
That's funny you said that. Yeah, just in general.
Is that a question?
Foreshadow.
Hey, so really, just real quick, what was the first film where James Earl Jones was credited as the voice of Darth Vader?
Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back.
That's not what we have.
Really? Return of the Jedi.
That's what we have.
Okay. It was close enough.
Yeah, he was
many seconds
he
is
was
that?
uncredited for the first 2 films.
All right.
That is 20.
All right. Did you miss Dooku?
No, I just was 20
Okay.
seconds, man.
Okay.
You're gonna come back.
So the skip that I just did is a very infamous one-try skip known as simply as Dooku's skip, where we clip out of bounds using a barrel, and sorry, I'm doing some fighting Dooku here, but you go out of bounds and very precisely call player 2 right on the transition into the next room, and if you do it at just the right time, you can skip a whole section of the intended gameplay where a bunch of Geonosians come into the room and you have to go up do a puzzle and pull levers to get into the Dooku fight, and you can just get into the Dooku fight right away. And how much time does it save? Like 35? 30?
It's like 20 something. It's an important time save, and like you said, it's a one try. So if you just happen to mess it up, Dooku will just appear on the screen and send out a wave of Geonosians. Kind of a meme, but luckily we've gotten very consistent at it, so it's pretty rare to see a miss for it. Now we're in the Dooku fight, which is once again one of these kind of scripted fights, and there's a lot of very subtle things we can do to try to speed it up. Like I got a fast cycle there that they're very.
I also got one. But really quickly, I'm going to point this out since I'm the first person to get there, but I'm going to be resetting my game here. I'm going to be alt-tabbing out using command prompt to reset my game and skip the finished story cutscene. And we actually do that in multiple spots in the game. We do it at the end of almost every single -6 level to skip having to watch the finished story cutscenes. Because it is faster to just reset your game, load back in, and go into the next level or whatever, than actually watch the cutscene. So because the game still counts it as complete, that's why we're able to do it. So we do this at the end of Dooku, we do this at the end of Rebel Attack, we do this at the end of Into the Death Star, and then we do it at the end of Darth Vader as well.
Yeah, and the only reason it works is just because the game saves before the cutscene plays, and like you just said, it quite literally is just faster to just close and reopen the game rather than watch it. All right, we're gonna buy our first red brick here, exploding blaster bolts like we were talking about. And now, like I said, we can go to any episode now. So we're going not to episode 3, but to episode 4, because once again, there is 2 red bricks here. The main one being Fast Force, which is gonna be very useful for all the later episodes. So instead of going to episode 3, straight to episode 4, we're going out of order, right into the original trilogy.
Yeah, and the reason that we do that is for the Fast Force Red Brick, which we collect in the Genlin Wastes, which is the 2nd level. And there was actually a new method found quite literally yesterday to get that red brick a little bit quicker. And I'm considering whether or not I want to go for it for swag points.
You got it.
But
I've not even.
Justin doesn't know how to do it, so that's why I'm like, do I go for it?
You extra have to now.
All right,
Hey man, take the risk. You know, that's all you.
I gotta say, the bottom of the Star Destroyer there makes it look a lot smaller of a build than the one actually is.
Like 1 plate.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. This is another one of these super duper 1P2C heavy levels, controlling 2 players at once. And this level is just to do stuff faster. There's two levers here, pull them at the same time, and then like later in the level, it's like a bridge you got to build. You build both parts of the bridge at the same time. That's what we're gonna see basically throughout this whole level.
yeah, we're using 1P2C kind of for other benefits than we would in the actual run. Like a lot of skips are dependent on 1P2C, but we're actually going to be using it to just kind of get through the main intended parts of the game a little bit quicker, which, believe it or not, was actually kind of the way 1P2C was originally used for. So, yeah. It's been really cool how it's kind of evolved throughout the years. It used to only be done in a couple spots in the run. There's a particular part in Death Star Escape where you have to push a bunch of buttons, and pushing it with one player is impossible, but if you just call in a second player and go across the buttons, it skips having to do a long portion of the intended gameplay. So that's kind of how it usually, like it originally started, but since it's evolved into so much more, it's basically where we're using it basically in the entire run now, as much as we can.
Yeah, like we got 2 boxes here. Let's just push them at the same time.
Makes sense
It's
to
like
me.
like the Tweary run.
All right, and we've found our 2.
There he is.
All right, I'll ask in chat real quick. For any of the actual speedrunning folks in here, do I go for the new trick or do I not? Because even if I don't go for the new one, there's still some tricks in the room that I'm going to be doing regardless. So we'll see if we can get a decision.
Going democracy. You know, you can let anyone decide. Anyone can say, should he do the new trick?
True.
I'm seeing
think he should.
I'm seeing a lot of do-its. And just to make it easier, while you're doing it, let's do. What kind of plastic are most Lego bricks made out of?
There's kinds of plastic.
That's what what is like?
I'm clueless.
Does it start with the word poly?
No.
Okay.
This is, to make it easier, this is an acronym. But even so, it is not like P, because like
An
PETG is a type of plastic.
The one that has like the number 8 on the recycling logo.
Is it like, it's not PVC pipes, is it?
No.
Or PVC like shit or whatever? Sorry, my language. I shouldn't have said that. My fault.
No, it is not. I have no idea how to give hints to this. If you know about 3D printing, I guess it's related, but
Oh, it's related to 3D printing?
it is a tip, not Maybe not the most used, but it is a typical plastic used in 3D printing.
If it's is it ABS?
It is ABS.
That's right.
Hey, my brother is very into 3D printing, so that's how I got that hint.
Nice.
I would not have gotten that.
That's
All right,
30
what's
to
the
Jared.
damage?
30.
All right, that was
a hard one.
That was
That's a
hard
big trivia question because now if I miss this trick, which I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Now you have to.
Yeah.
Do it. Now you have to do it.
Chat was almost all yeses, so.
All right. Well, I'm not going to be able to explain it until afterwards because, like I said, it's still very new, and I'm gonna have to focus on it because A, I'm not very good at it, and B, it's still like kind of being figured out. So we'll see how it goes. It's very confusing, but we'll try and go for it. We'll see what happens.
And because he is going for it, we're going to get to see two very different strats here in this room. He's going to clip out of bounds basically right at the start of the level. And the reason we're getting out of bounds in this first room is to get the red brick for Fast Force. It's kind of off to the side in this like cage almost. So, we're going to pop out of bounds real quick, grab the red brick, and then go to the next room. And the way we're going to do that is just going to be very different. You're just going to have to watch how both of us do it.
Yeah, we would have done it differently anyway because we both do different strats in that room on like a normal day. But here we go. Let's see how it goes.
Oh. This is messed
All right,
up.
I'm out of bounds. Gonna do a little bit of camera work here. All right, here we go. We'll see if I can do this. Okay, I got it.
Nice.
Nice.
Very nice. All right, now I'm about to go out of bounds over here.
Why did I call in? I called in Luke in the second room. I don't know why I did that, but I got the new variation of it. It's very confusing to explain. Hopefully, my gameplay kind of explained for me. But the old method is we would do what Justin was doing, where we jump across a very specific line. Hold on, I gotta do this trick.
It's kind of just like a hole in the collision almost. This is what I did there.
Yeah. So
another super precise trick here.
that trick that we just did, we call it BBJ. Don't ask what it stands for, but it's also one of the few frame precise tricks in the whole run.
I got it first try.
I also got it first try.
Wow. All right. So some good Junlins.
Yeah.
Sweet's got another one for us.
Let's see.
You didn't want that one? I love that one.
Yeah, you can ask it then.
Okay. What is the name of the song, not the genre, the song, played by Figrindan and the Modal Nodes in A New Hope?
Oh man.
Oh, I know this, but I'm trying to.
Yeah,
Dude, I can't come up with it in the top of my head.
Okay, I love how you had to specify not the genre.
Not the genre.
Yeah.
Even though the genre name has been retconned.
I know that. I know the genre. I won't say it. The song. I've seen it at some point in my life.
By the way, we are doing some very precise tricks here in this this quicksand room in Junland. There's a couple really precise jumps that we have to do off of specific pixels that we both did here. Hopefully, you got it all first try.
We got one more.
Yeah, and then we're gonna use the speeder to clip into the end room here and finish off this level. Junland is actually, believe it or not, it's probably one of the hardest in the whole entire run. So yeah, we're done with Junland, but I'm trying. I'm gonna take a guess. Is it The Saga Begins?
It is not.
Okay, I know there's a...
That is the Weird Al song.
Yeah, that's the Weird Al song. That's what I thought. But I thought that was directly inspired off of the name of that song. It's not Jedi Rocks, is it? That's the one in episode 6, right?
Yes, that is not it.
Okay.
How many words is it?
3 words.
Some like dumb name.
It's actually a pretty normal song name.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Like if there was a song by this, you would just be like, "Oh yeah, that's just like a jazz song."
A jazz. So it's got some jazz twang in the title, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I would say so. Goose, would you agree?
Sure, yeah.
Blues.
I don't know. I've heard it before, but it wasn't like notable enough to where I was like it like stayed in my brain.
Maybe some like one word of the song title.
I won't give you any points, but you're allowed to guess it.
All right, I just did another speeder clip, by the way.
I don't think the name's gonna come to me.
All right, it is Mad About Me.
Yeah.
Okay,
Definitely wouldn't have gotten that one.
I wouldn't have gotten that either, but I just want to give a particular call out to E Roadhouse, who said I wouldn't get a redrop in Mos Eisley Spaceport for doing the new strat. I just got a redrop in, so Evan, you are a liar, a deceiver, and I'm calling you out on stream.
Ooh.
All right. Speaking of, you picked a good time for a Cantina Band song. There it is.
I think that was intentional.
Nice.
That was definitely intentional.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, we knew.
Well done. I don't know who shot first there. You'd have to slow it down.
Where's the replay?
That's what I'm saying.
Well, is this the original or the re-release of this game? That's how you can tell.
Well, I mean, the different versions, it changes every single time. Because, like, the original, Greedo didn't even shoot, right?
Yeah.
And then
exactly.
the special edition, like, they, like, digitally edited his head or whatever to, like, dodge Greedo's shot from point blank range, which is just, like, physically impossible. And then I think they like edited it again to where Greedo still shot first, but like he just missed. And then in the one currently, they shoot at the same time. So it's up for debate.
Maybe Han's just force sensitive, and that's how he lightning reflex dodged the bullet.
Yeah, do you not have 1,000th of a second reaction time?
Not even us speedrunners have that kind of reaction time. We're not F1 drivers.
The speedrunners of the future.
True.
Maybe if like you had like a speedrunning kid and like train them for their entire life.
So I'm going to point out the skip that I just did and that Justin is hopefully attempting right now. But we skip having to do the entire Imperial spy fight boss fight by forcing R2 past the cutscene trigger and then calling him in a very specific spot so that way he regains his movement and you can just walk straight into the Falcon door while it's still open. It's probably one of the bigger skips in the run. It stays close to a minute, yeah. And it's pretty cool. We call it Spy Fight Skip. Yeah, it's very cool.
Blink and you'll miss it. I think I feel like there's been a lot of skips like that. Like there was a couple like a metal door that we shot, which back to what we were saying earlier, we grabbed the exploding blaster bolts red brick back in episode 2, and stuff like the metal door, you normally have to like push this bomb across this entire track to blow up the door. But with exploding blaster bolts, you just shoot a bullet at the door and it just blows up. It saves a ton of time.
Yeah. So unfortunately, though, it does save time. There is a very swag backup strategy that is done in Super Stories speedruns, where we use the speeder to clip out of bounds. It's definitely a very swag strat that, unfortunately, we do not do it in the run. But I mean, to what extent doesn't matter because I mean, exploding blast bolts saves more time. So
if you don't have the red brick, there are backups. Here we go, on to rescue the princess. This level used to be kind of the bane to everyone's existence, but luckily there's been a lot of things found to make it better. So in the middle of the level, Obi-Wan is going to show up on the other side of the room and force a bridge for us. And we have no control over Obi-Wan. And he used to get stuck, like his AI character would get stuck on the way to help us out. But now, we found various ways to make sure that he doesn't get stuck. So this level is pretty simple. Quick out of bounds right here. There's a little gap in the collision for whatever reason.
Yeah, I'm about to get the second red brick or third red brick actually of the run. I'll go over that in a bit, but I just grabbed it there.
I'll be grabbing it in just a moment.
That was very silly looking.
Kind of just zoop out of bounds.
Yep. Nice little pixel. One little pixel that you can jump up of, and Obi-Wan did show up for me. Very nice. Very kind of him.
Backup shot. That shot I just did was through the wall to break the object that Obi-Wan usually gets stuck on. So now there he is.
Very nice. Uh-oh. Oh, I got lucky. I got so lucky. Holy cow. Okay, that gave me a heart attack. I got Trooper aggro in the panel room and had to shield Chewbacca with Han to make sure that he didn't take any damage. If you get your helmet shot off there, it's very bad. You have to go all the way back in the last room and get a helmet. Probably loses close to 40 seconds. So I'm very glad that luck was on my side there. But Justin, now that we're kind of getting close, you want to talk about what we're going to be doing in the next level?
Yeah, so if you remember back at the very start of the run, we changed our refresh rate to do a strat. We're going to be doing that again. We're going to be setting our refresh rate down to 40 hertz, which will lock our game to 40 frames per second. And we're going to be doing a clip at the start of Death Star Escape to get out of bounds and skip the first room. It's going to look pretty normal, and we're almost certainly both going to get it. But if this was a week ago, I would consider it a miracle if both of us got it. It's a skip called a trash skip, and it has two meanings. You're in a trash compactor, but it's also just a horrible skip. So, you know, it has two meanings, but pretty much it used to be a frame perfect trick where you'd have to press one button exactly 3 frames after pressing another button. And at 60 frames per second, that's very, very hard to do. And runners would very rarely get it. But just a week ago, we found a setup that involves killing Chewbacca while he is like trying to do the clip, and it increases the frame window from about 1 frame to like probably 6 or 7. So one of the worst tricks in the game now is just super consistent, and
nice.
And you may be wondering what
you both hit it.
You may be wondering why, like, 1 frame or 1 frame to 6 frames. That's not too much of a difference. We use pause buffering to get on the correct frame in order to get the trick, and it's very easy to frame advance and do that kind of things to get on the right frame. And so I'm about to be doing it, so we'll see. I've never actually gotten this in a run, so hopefully we can get it.
This was just found. This was brand new. Yeah, you can still mess it up, but it's very easy now.
I learned in doing research for questions today that the monster that was in the trash compactor is apparently canonically force sensitive, which I don't know why.
Okay, I don't know how that missed. Oh, I know why it missed. I didn't actually change my refresh rate.
Justin. That was supposed to be like, oh, okay, I got it.
Why does it make Chewbacca run upside down in the air?
That's just so or he was out of bounds there, and that's how the game handles its reflections. Okay. It just like uses stuff under the floor and like projects it up. So if you're walking underneath the map, you also project up.
Okay.
It's
pretty
really
good.
interesting. Well, because I was kind of an idiot there, Jared has taken a considerable lead. You can see everything that trick skips. Quite a lot.
That just means you need more trivia time, is what I'm hearing.
Yep, I sure do.
What is the official job title of those that build Lego for a living? And I guess
Master Builders.
That's it, yeah.
That's right.
Lego Master Builders. That is 20 for Jared.
Oh yeah.
I knew that.
So right now I'm doing something that you would probably think is crazy. I'm going backwards in the game. And you're probably wondering, Jared, why are you going backwards? It involves a skip that we're going to be doing at the very end of the the very end of the level, to skip having to do the entirety of the last level, or last room of this level. Basically, the way that Justin, I think you're way better at explaining this than me, but do you want to explain the gist of Falcon lists to the viewers?
All right, to keep it short and sweet, we loaded the final area of this level, and we are going far enough back in the level where it deloads, because the game kind of loads and deloads the previous maps like periodically throughout the level to like save memory and stuff. So we go far enough back that it deloads, and then for some reason, by loading it, deloading it, and then reloading it yet again, it causes the troopers and the stormtroopers in the final room to like despawn. It just doesn't handle that whole unloading and reloading process very well. And since all those troopers despawn, it thinks that you've just like killed all of them and finished everything in the room, so the end trigger is just active early.
Yeah. So as you saw on my stream, I literally just jumped straight in to what looked like a abyss of death, but it literally just ended the level. And it's also one of the biggest skips in the entire run. It's one of the easiest too, but it saves around 90 seconds to having to do the entire final room of the run. But believe it or not, I just golded that level by 16 seconds because that is the first time that I have successfully gotten trash skip in a run.
Congrats.
There you go,
yeah. All right. On to our final level of episode 4, Rebel Attack. It is the only ship level in episode 4, and once again, it's one of these like very 1P2C technical levels where we're gonna, try to be shooting torpedoes with both the ships at the same time, and really just go as fast as possible.
Well, while you're shooting, why don't you shoot some answers at this question?
Yep.
All right.
The Jedi Temple in Coruscant was built over what?
A tomb.
I think that's technically true, but it wasn't quite what I was going for. Let me look that up. I don't know if that's actually true.
Cemetery.
No.
Let's think of anything. Is it built on top of like an older Jedi temple?
Very close.
Yeah.
The first
Sith temple?
The first Sith
That's
temple.
right.
Oh, I literally had it.
Yep.
20 for super. It was to neutralize its dark energies.
That's how you do it.
I'll be honest, I didn't even know that.
That's the second time that you've gotten a Star Wars question on pure luck. But I guess that's on me for
he's been holding out all of the Star Wars knowledge on you. Has known the whole time.
No.
Memorized all the lore. All billion pages of it.
So
before I may have Googled like the Star Wars planet list. That's about it.
By the way, I just did a out of bounds to completely skip having to do that room. We call it room 3 out of bounds. It's pretty boring, but it's it's pretty precise. The room to get out of bounds is very narrow. So we use like a particular visual cue on the ground to help us clip out of bounds. But but that's basically going to be the rest of this Rebel attack in episode 4, which means I think we're getting close to our first intermission, correct?
That sounds right, yeah.
That sounds correct. Are you all good to pause then?
Not quite, but we're getting
When we
there.
get to the end of this level, we'll
Let me get into the Jabba's cutscene, and then I think we'll be good to do that.
All right, perfect. Cool. So yeah, about 2 minutes, and then we'll be taking an intermission.
Sounds good. Boost, you got any announcements for us while we get ready for that?
Early announcements. Sure.
Early announcements.
Join the official GDQ Discord and add the Hotfix role, where you can keep tabs on upcoming events, talk with staff and showrunners, and more. Use !Discord in Twitch chat for more info. If you missed out on any of our shows or events, be sure to check out the VODs at youtube.com/GamesDoneQuick.
Normally this is when I go, we'll be right back, but now I don't know what to say.
Question.
We did
Go,
early
go, go.
announcements. Oh, okay. What band was supposed to appear as cameos in Attack of the Clones, but ultimately were cut in the final edit?
Rolling Stones.
Not the Rolling Stones.
It's like early 2000s.
Yep.
Extremely.
Especially.
Nirvana. No, that's not it. Nirvana. Kurt Cobain was probably dead by then.
I think so.
What's
Early 2000s band?
Yes.
the NSYNC?
That's right.
Wow. How?
I couldn't do I could not remember the name, but I mean, come on, early 2000s. That's just, it could be like New Kids on the Block too, but I think NSYNC is more well known.
30 for Super.
Wow. That's huge for him too, because I am probably around 30 seconds ahead of him in the actual run.
All right, Jared, let me know when you're in the cutscene. I'm ready to pause whenever.
I am in the cutscene.
All right, do the
right.
just want to give us a countdown to pause?
3, 2, 1, pause.
Okay.
All right. We had our announcements, which is what we usually do in this spot. So we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. We have a good bit more of Lego, Star Wars, and space trivia, as well as Lego Star Wars. Welcome back to Think Fast, the speedrunning game show of fast times and sharp minds. If you're just joining us, I'm your host, Foos, and I normally don't say this.
And I'm also your host, Corpome, and I usually don't say this.
In case you forgot how the game works, it's not simply enough to beat the game the fastest. Our runners are answering our trivia questions as they play, and the more questions they get right, the more seconds we take off their time. All of you watching at home, feel free to play along in chat. So far, it looks like Wii Super is ahead in trivia time, and Jared is ahead in game time. So let's see if we can flip that around a little bit in this next little bit of gameplay. So are y'all ready to go?
Yep.
All right. The only way to find out who's going to win is to think fast in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
I like that little mix-up chat. That was fun.
So just to recap, kind of where we are at this point.
All right.
So we've played 3 episodes at this point. We played episodes 1, 2, and 4, and we are now jumping all the way over to episode 6. Once again, the route order is mainly just to get certain red bricks, certain power-ups earlier in the run for later episodes. But yeah, on to episode 6. I believe this is the longest episode. Both gameplay and cutscenes in this episode are quite long.
It's also
with Jabba's palace.
It's also very hard. Episode 6 is definitely a very, very difficult episode. Yeah. Jabba's Palace, we're actually going to be skipping a lot of intended gameplay in this level. It's one of the longest levels casually. For like, let's say one of you guys were to play this level, it would definitely be very, very long. There's a lot of pretty difficult things about this level casually. It's probably one of my least favorite when I played this game growing up. But we basically skip everything almost. There's a skip in every single room except for the first room of this this level, and there's some pretty broken ones, if I don't say so myself. So yeah. But I got it.
I like to call it out of bounds simulator because you spend like half the level just walking under the map.
Who's got a trivia question for us?
Oh boy.
How about this one? The upcoming LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar contains which two characters in Christmas sweaters?
Oh no.
Jango Fett and C-3PO.
Neither.
That would be a wild combo.
I would love that. I think Jango
Rey?
Fett is in it. What was that?
Rey?
No.
Jar Jar Binks.
That would be
No, that would be
fantastic.
fun,
Okay.
though.
These are not deep cuts, by the way. This is a relatively straightforward question. So,
Leia and Han.
Leia is one of them.
Leia and
Luke.
It is Leia and Luke.
That's
You
right.
Both said Luke
Okay.
at the same time. So,
Half.
yeah. So 10 for Super, 5 for Jared for that one.
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
All right.
All right, so I'm on to the very first out of bounds of this level. We call it Droid Avoid because it skips having to get the droids, and I'm having a little bit of a hard time here. I do not know why I was missing those attempts, but you basically use a forcible object on that wall to clip out of bounds with Chewie, and you basically walk under the level, don't have to worry about getting C-3PO and R2-D2. You can walk up these stairs here and just jump past the door, and you skip about 30 seconds worth of gameplay.
As you do.
Yep, and then right into another very precise out of bounds. I'm going to be lining it up. I missed it the first time, but I'm basically using this bridge here to, hold on, I gotta get this. I don't think that's working either. I am not having a good time on this Jabba's.
We're basically almost like lining up the pixels here.
Yeah.
It is
All right,
very precise.
I got it eventually, but I got it like 5th try, so I'm not having a good time right now. But the gist of the trick is you kind of do some navigation. You can go into this next room under the floor, and then you go over here to this panel to activate it. Nope, psych! You're gonna jump up into the wall and skip a whole cutscene and go straight into the end fight and save around 90 seconds.
Oh,
Easy.
I don't know why they left that trigger there. I'm gonna be honest. It's just completely unintended.
Yep, you literally just have to jump straight on top of the grate, and for some reason there's a loading zone that goes straight into the end fight. No idea why the developers left it there. No idea what they were intending with that. But yeah, you can completely skip an entire cutscene, and it's a very long cutscene too. It's a long cutscene and also a lot of gameplay that you have to do in order to get to there in the first place. So that is a very, very, very nice trick to have. It's pretty precise to get out of bounds in the first place, but usually it's not too big of a deal. But we call it spiderless. Believe it or not, there was actually an old method that we used to do to get out of bounds to skip the first room, but you would clip into the last room to get a helmet, and we used the spider, one of the spiders that Jabba has in his little palace, to clip out of bounds. We call it spiderless because you don't have to use a spider, obviously. But the warp into the end fight was found by a runner named Pickletoe. Shout out to Pickletoe. But we were trying to just scroll through it. It was actually accidentally found. Where actually, was it found by Pickletoe? I think Pickletoe found the spiderless setup, but I actually think another runner found the up warp.
Yeah.
But they were just
an old runner named Led Astray was practicing the out of bounds clip with the spider, and he jumped back in bounds like he normally would, and he just happened to be under that grate, and he got warped straight to the final boss. And I mean, I can only imagine the the complete and utter confusion on his face when that happened. But we quickly found out that for some reason under that grate, there's just like a leftover like debug door or something. Like I don't even know.
Probably, yeah.
But whatever it is, I mean, that level went from when I first started running this game back in 2018. That level was over 10 minutes long. It is now under 6.
Yeah, Justin, I think you saved a little bit of time to execution on that level, but maybe I can swing it a little bit if we get a trivia question.
Oh, I like when you all cue it up for us.
Oh,
It's more natural that
Here
way.
we go.
How many times has the Star Wars Holiday Special been rebroadcasted after its initial airing?
0.
That's right. 10 seconds for Jared.
It was so bad they didn't even want it to be
I
broadcasted
once,
again.
I put it on when I had like extended family over when I was a kid. I thought it was really funny. And my grandmother was like, you were never allowed to put anything on the television when I'm over ever again.
All right. Into Carcoon, probably one of the most inconsistent, terrible, horrible levels in the entire game. No one likes Carcoon. It is horrible.
Yeah, I just had a really bad moment in the Boba fight. I fell off the edge twice. Not very good gameplay for me there. But the reason why this level is so bad is there is a skip in the second half of this level in the inside of this, what would you call it, the sail barge?
Yeah, the sail barge.
Where we use a disco ball to very precisely skip out of bounds and skip an intended part of like having to, get the disco party or whatever. And it used to be the most inconsistent trick in the entire game. And it killed a lot of runs. A lot of runs. But recently, actually, a new setup was found using a pixel in the ground. And I'm actually going to try and go for this pixel setup. It's very precise, but it's somewhat skill dependent, which is why I personally think it's the better strategy, because the old one you would just kind of hope and pray that you get the skip. And if you're familiar with speedrunning, that is a very stressful thing to go through. So hopefully I can get this set up. I've also never
going for the old setup.
I've actually never done this setup in a run before, so this will be my first time. Hopefully I can get this.
Yeah, in case it isn't obvious, there's been a bit of a revolution in the past 2 weeks with discoveries, whether it's making stuff more consistent, new tricks. We still got more coming up.
I got
skips that were found just recently. Nice. Oh.
That is Pixel Disco for you right there.
All right, I'm doing the old setup where you kind of jam yourself into the wall like that. I will see if I clip out.
Hope and pray.
I did not.
Of course.
All right, we'll try again. Luckily, if you fail it once, you can break the speaker. Try again. Just keep trying it over. And okay, I missed it again, so try it over and over. You can maybe tell why no one likes this. I missed it a third time. Maybe you can tell why no one likes this level at all. There we go. Fourth try.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. So I'm losing about 50 seconds to what you would normally want here. But that's Carcoon.
Oh, send in questions.
Done yet, though.
Yeah, Justin's not done yet, but you're going to see him do a very, very complicated 1P2C here in the end room here, where he is going to be pushing the bomb on the left side with player 2, and then he's going to be pushing the right bomb, grabbing C-3PO, activating the panel, and blowing up all of the targets with exploding blaster bolts, while doing all the other stuff with player 2 at the same time. So it's definitely one of those 1P2Cs where you're actually like doing, stuff with multiple players doing different things. So it's a little bit harder to learn, and it's pretty hard to execute just because the RNG can be very finicky. But yeah, that's Pit of Carcoon. That level has a sad face on my life split timer for a very good reason.
Yeah, I experienced what we would call resetting on Pit of Carcoon in an any percent attempt. This is a very, very heavy reset point.
So the next level here, Speeder Showdown, has the biggest skip in the entire run. And when I say biggest, I mean it skips the most amount of intended gameplay with the skip. And it's actually pretty simple. It is a 1P2C only strat, so you can only do it with 2 players connected. But the concept of it is actually quite simple. But it saves around 5 minutes worth of intended gameplay, which is just crazy. Like in any speed game, a skip that saves 5 minutes is pretty ridiculous. But basically, I'm going to lodge both players up into this corner right here, do a 360 barrel flip with player 1, drop out and jump over the transition, and I'm into the next room.
Oh.
Really, really simple. I actually got a really juicy mid-air transition grab there. That actually saved quite a bit of time. I might be on gold watch right now if I can execute the rest of this level the way it should. But
like you said, I mean, this normally you have to deactivate this barrier, and it takes about 5 minutes. So,
Oh wow!
Yeah, just a little bit of time. Why deactivate it when you can literally just jump over it?
I mean, if it's in the game, you might as well do it. The game lets you jump over it, so jump over it.
Of course. All right, here's my attempt at it. Very nice.
It really gets you up there.
Yeah.
yeah, this old setup for this trick actually used to be a lot precise than it is right now. But for some reason, I don't know why I just paused there. I might have just killed a gold because I paused on accident. I don't know why I did that. But yeah, the old setup, you used to have to do a 360 roll directly over the wall. So it would involve a really, really precise lineup of the trick, and it used to be a lot harder. But like now, like for some reason, whenever you have both players connected, dropping out a player while you're in a speeder just automatically drops or gets the player out of the speeder and doesn't drop the player out. And so doing that, you can just get a lot more height since you can jump with the character that's getting out of the speeder. And since Luke has a double jump, you can just jump straight over the transition. So it's very nice, a very nice skip to have.
Funnily enough, even with that 5 minute skip, the level is still 3 minutes long. This level would be the longest level in the entire run without that skip.
I mean, you can say that about a lot of levels.
Well, it would be 8 minutes long. That's
Speaking of longest level, we are about to enter the longest level in the run. This is Battle over Endor. It is casually one of the longest levels, and it is also speedrunning the longest level. Actually, I think the current community gold is a little bit... Secret Plans is a little bit slower than Battle of Endor, but the gameplay in Secret Plans is a lot... there's a lot less gameplay in that level. Most of the time comes from cutscenes and from shot movement. So Battle of Endor is the longest gameplay level, but that only happened recently. We have a new skip in this level called 12 button skip that both Justin and I will be attempting. And it is a very, very precise trick where you basically use 2 players to launch Han. This is our first instance of launches in this game, and thank goodness it's one of the only. But you use both players to launch Han into the air and skip having to press all 12 buttons in the super long room. It's very difficult, a very precise lineup. Not only do you have to do the launch itself, but you also have to skip a grate, the first initial grate. And to do that, you have to do a very difficult pixel jump with both players. So hopefully we can get that. It's also a relatively new strat that was found within the last month. So yeah, one of the reasons why Endor has gotten below Secret Plans as the longest level. Pretty cool skip.
You'll see,
though.
even besides just that skip, we basically just kind of skip every section. Like the opening section, we skip making all the bridges with R2, and then like you'll just see throughout the whole level, there's just so many little things we do. Yet it's still a really long level. They really pack this level full of amazing, fun content.
Speaking of fun, Loose.
Oh boy, you're gonna do this right when I get to the trick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, go.
This one's so easy. You're going to get this right away. Don't worry. Navstar 1 was launched in 1978 as the first satellite for what technology?
NASA?
No.
Technology.
Oh,
This is
technology.
a thing.
Satellite for what? What? Oh, I almost like barely missed that.
Oh, wait. GPS?
Yeah.
That's right.
That's pretty big. Yeah, I'm missing this trick. Oh my god, dude. All my attempts have been so close. But yeah, you can kind of see what I'm doing where I'm using Leia to try and launch Han up into the air. And it is very precise, and I finally ended up getting it. But those first couple attempts that I had were really, really, really close. It's a very specific set of inputs that you have to do in order to get Han up that slope. Or else he goes tumbling down and loses a lot of time if he tumbles down. So Justin will probably be saving a little bit of time to me, assuming.
I got it all first try.
Wow.
That's 10 seconds for super, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh.
A little additional time save.
Hey, I'm just making it close, you know?
Yeah,
What can I say?
Look, I'm not saying you're throwing for content, but
Me and Justin have had some pretty close races in past events as well, so we're no stranger to these these close environments.
All right. I think we're both getting pretty close to the bunker here. Gonna do.
I'm in the
I think
bunker.
Jared's probably doing it. All right. Well, what he just did there, and what I'm about to do, by just standing to the right side here, your party gets tricked into thinking you're on top of the bunker, even though you're not, skipping like a whole section. And now I'm just gonna shove Chewie into the corner here. If I can get him in the corner. Hold on. There we go. I'm just gonna shove him in the corner here, and when a character is being shoved into a corner, they think they're stuck and try to like free themselves by jumping to the last point they stood on, like safe, quote unquote, safe ground. And I put the door into the bunker in between that safe ground and where he's standing. And when he tries to jump that safe ground, he like intercepts the door, allowing me to get into the bunker without unlocking it. Kind of complicated, but
That
all that matters, we're in the bunker now.
Yeah, that tech is called super jumping, and it's actually used a couple of times throughout the run. And that kind of tech actually saves a lot of time in a lot of different spots. You'll see it a couple more times in a few spots in episode 3 and 5. But yeah, Battle of Endor. Now the rest of this bunker is just a lot of really execution heavy 1P2C with a couple of camera pan skips. The one that I just did basically just de-aggro the stormtroopers to think and to like get them to press the lever early. It's really weird. We call it Wicked's Grand Adventure. Just a fun skip name. And there's another camera pan skip that I just tried to do that I unfortunately missed. But yeah, the bunker is probably one of the most difficult rooms I think in the entire run. Like I said, it's very execution heavy. It's a very long room. So getting good at that bunker is really, really crucial to success in this level. But I unfortunately am not getting a very good Battle of Endor. Justin's probably going to be saving a lot of time to me, especially considering that he got first try 12 button skip. Maybe, okay, right on cue. I've done this before. Whenever he, he kind of saves a little bit of time to me, maybe bring it back with the trivia question?
Ooh. Smart.
Let's do. How many times is the word Lego said in the first Lego movie?
0.
That's right again.
Let's go. They don't know that they're Lego.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, there is the live action parts though. So
Okay, yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
10 for Jared, though.
But they use the term bricks a lot. They don't use the word Lego.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Good.
Yeah.
Justin, you almost build crashed. That was really risky.
No.
But anyway, we're moving on to Jedi Destiny, which casually has the longest boss fight in the game. But in the speedrun, it's the level with the least amount of gameplay in the entire speedrun. And you will see why in a short moment. But let's just say that it's very similarly to how the fights in the movie goes, where the Emperor kind of gets thrown off the ledge. But we're going to be doing some 1P2C here to manipulate the Emperor's AI, and then we're just going to push him off the edge. And for some reason, it ends the level. So you'll see in a sec.
Kill plane.
But it's only around 13 seconds of actual gameplay, and it skips having to do the longest boss fight in the entire game. So very cool.
This is supposed to be like, I mean, if you're playing the game in order, this is like the second to last level, the grand final fight, and I
still don't
skip at all.
I still don't understand why this level is not the last level in the whole entire game. It's actually, believe it or not, wait, is it? No, it's not. No, it is. It is. In the game's files, this level is the final level, but in the actual game, it's not. Wait, no, that's not true. The extras are flip-flopped. Which, by the way, 60 useless facts. Mr. Wii Super has a video about that on YouTube. But
If you want some trivia. All right, I'm going to push him off on the left side. Jared's going to push him off on the right side. It doesn't matter. Either way, you push him off, and yeah, he's gone. That is the entire level. You know, and there's a lot of debate on whether or not this was intentional or not. We may never know. I mean, it does feel very canonical. But if you try to push any other boss off the edge, they just kind of jump back up. They don't die, but this one does. And intentional? Easter egg? Unintentional?
I personally believe that it was an Easter egg. There's no way it's not, I feel like.
You may never know.
Yeah.
Fortunately, now we've killed him for good and he never returns.
Yeah. He's gone. He is gone forever.
Yeah, can't come back from that.
I mean, did you see how gruesome that was?
Exactly.
Like, he is not coming back.
I assume. I haven't looked into it.
Ooh, I just got a juicy torpedo dupe.
Oh, yeah. So this opening room here is kind of another RNG nightmare. So we need 8 torpedoes, which are little pink balls, by the way. And 1 in 3 of the ships that spawn in will have a torpedo. However, what Jared did there is that if you pick up a torpedo with both players on the same frame, you actually duplicate it, which is very nice.
Interesting.
But yeah, so RNG plays a big role in what your time in this level looks like.
Hey, Justin, I just got a 132 opening.
Wow, that's actually that's like 1 in 50.
That's like insanely good. That may sound like just a couple of numbers, but I just got essentially perfect RNG in that first room.
Oh, I got 1 dupe.
Ooh, wow. So the reason that we play episode 6 in this order happens in this level, by the way. We're going to grab the infinite torpedoes extra in the final room of this level. It's also a pretty easy red brick to grab, knock on wood. But it's very useful in the ship level Falcon flight in episode 5. A lot of the extras that we grab are incredibly useful in 5, and that's like one of the main reasons that we grab them. Episode 5 is kind of like the culmination of all the stuff that we've done, and it's also just coincidentally is also the episode that we play last. So, okay, I just did a really dumb thing that probably just killed community gold on this level. Like a really dumb thing. I accidentally turned around, and it caused both of my players to take a death.
Oh no.
So I got a 148 there. So Jared got a 132. So I lost 16 seconds there, basically just purely to RNG. So you can see, and sometimes people will get times over the 2-minute mark out of that room. You can easily lose 30 seconds there because you're just killing ships, and just no torpedo ships show up. So you know, you do gotta pray if you're doing a world record attempt or something. You do gotta pray that the RNG gods will help you out. But the rest of the level is basically just pure execution.
Well, speaking of
I'm getting a pretty
gods,
good time. I'm still golding this level despite all of the core shenanigans. That's my second gold in this run.
Nice.
But I could have gotten like probably 5 seconds better if I didn't have that one thing. But that's pretty cool. I think my sum of best segments might get under 2 hours and 17 minutes from that, which is like pretty cool. Which, by the way, I don't know if this was mentioned. The current world record for this game is 2 hours, 19 minutes, and 8 seconds by E Roadhouse. Shout out to E Roadhouse. I mentioned his name a couple times. But it was achieved about a week ago, and he demolished the world record. He beat it by over 2 minutes. Justin and I had a little bit of trading the world record back and forth earlier this summer, but E Roadhouse just completely demolished it. Got the first run under 2 hours and 20 minutes, and yeah, that's the current world record, and it is very, very good.
All right, I've got the red brick as well, and the end of this level here is just an auto scroller. You just hold down and attack as you escape the exploding Death Star. Kind of a victory lap, I suppose.
sounds like we need something to pass the time.
Oh yeah.
This
Who
next
is the only non-Force user to wield a lightsaber in the original trilogy?
Han Solo
That's right.
in the Wampa
Point for Jared.
scene. Heck yeah.
I
That's correct.
was ready to blurt out like Finn. You're gonna say sequels, but
Well, okay. Finn, I mean, there's a bunch of things that can be said about Finn. And whether he's force sensitive or not.
all right. What's the damage?
20.
All right, I can work with
Hey,
that.
that ties you in trivia time. So
Ooh,
Wow.
This is
Yeah.
competitive.
I like it. By the way, just a heads up, this next level that me and Justin are about to get to, the first level in episode 3, is an auto scroller and would be a great time for a trivia rapid fire.
Oh, we can make it happen.
we have a lot of those questions. I mean,
all right.
you all ready?
Just
Well, let's wait. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not in the level yet. I'm a little behind Jared, but we can start whenever we want.
All right. Duplo is Lego for babies. Each brick is 2 times the size of a Lego brick in every dimension. What line of bricks is 2 times the size of Duplo?
Quadruplo.
Mega blocks? I don't.
It is not quadruplo, but that is kind of the right line of thinking. Mega blocks are their own brand.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
does make sense. They are
Well,
mega, so you think they'd be bigger.
Triplo.
Also,
Quadruple
right line of
Lego.
thinking. Quadruplo was closer.
Yeah.
Quadro. Wait.
I'll count it.
It's close enough, I think.
It's quattro, like, or in Spanish,
Quat-
kind of, with Q.
Wow.
Quattro.
But quadro is close enough. And they were only around from 04 to 06. So they're what, like, four Lego bricks wide, 4 tall. They're
Wow.
big, yeah.
They're like,
Big
yeah,
boys.
there's like, if you look up, like, they have like quattro cars, and they're like, they're huge.
Let's do 25 for super on that one.
Ooh.
That was a hard question.
Oh, yeah, I'll give that 10.
They were not around for a long time.
We're doing rapid fire.
We are.
so-
We got more.
That's true. Why should you not connect some types of transparent Lego bricks together?
They get stuck.
Duck.
Yeah.
Yeah, they fuse together over time. I did not know this till just now.
Yeah, it's some like polycarbonate thing. Those ones are not made of
I
IBS.
didn't know that. I just remember as a kid, you know, when you put two tiny Legos together and you like shatter your fingernail trying to take them apart.
Oh well, that's unrelated. This is like they like fuse together. They
fuse
become
together?
one. Yeah, not just they get stuck.
like they're not coming apart.
Pretty much, yeah. There's some chemical properties of the plastic they use for transparent bricks. They kind of just like fuse. So
Seems like an oversight.
a little bit. What are we doing for
Might
timing
it be
for
like
that?
an inevitability of the type of plastic though?
Yeah, probably. What's the time for that one, May?
That was a 10-seconder.
All right.
I don't actually know who got it first though, because it was very close.
I think it was Super again.
I think it was. I'll give it that one to him.
All right.
Next one.
Next one, do this one.
Who caused the dent in Boba Fett's helmet?
Oh, Cad Bane.
That's right.
That's
One.
right.
Bang.
Never
I'm
getting that.
so
me
sad
either.
they got rid of that arc in the Clone Wars. I'll never forgive Disney for canceling that, and for not giving us the full season 7 of the Clone Wars.
How about this one? According to the current Lego.com price for it in US dollars, what is the cost per brick of the current Millennium Falcon, like the really big one?
60 cents.
No.
No, less than that.
40 cents.
Nope.
Less than
Less.
that. 40
25.
cents.
18.
Less.
All of your guesses so far would be extremely expensive for a Lego
It's
set.
more than
8 cents.
11.
12. 14.
15.
It rounds down to 11. So
Okay, I got it. Yes.
yeah, it is 11.27 cents per brick.
Wow.
It costs $849.99. It's very expensive for Lego set, and it has 7,541 pieces. So
And generally speaking, 10 cents a piece is like Lego set average in the current year.
I'll do another 10 for Jared there.
By the way, we're out of battle over Coruscant, so
Hopefully that was a good rapid fire round.
Auto scroller complete.
three questions for one level is pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, on to Chancellor in Peril. Easily the hardest level in episode 3. We're gonna see a boss fight skip, some dodging and weaving past some droids, everything.
Yeah, the super jump technique that we were talking about earlier in Battle Over Endor is utilized again in this level to completely skip the Dooku fight in this level. Pretty long section that you would otherwise have to do. So pretty difficult to line up, and it's very precise. You have to do some out of bounds movement with R2 to go right at like a slope to skip having to do the fight. So it's pretty precise, but we developed a pretty consistent setup, so hopefully we both can get it. It's also another one of those tricks where you can do it on both the left and the right side of the room, kind of like Ultra Kill. But yeah. Here, I'm setting it up now. Gonna run into him 4 times. 2, 3, 4. Bang. Then some nice movement out of bounds, and bang. Skip the whole fight.
Nice.
Then we're going to do another skip here to skip having to run down this elevator by calling in player 2, and he's just at the end of the elevator for some reason. Saves about 8 seconds. But in case you haven't caught on to kind of what we said earlier in the run, this game is very, very broken. We've gotten to a point where we've optimized this category pretty extensively. There's basically something to do in almost every single room of the run.
I had a pretty slow droid clearing here. Okay. Having quite a... Gotta clear out these droids. Oh, there's one. Where did that guy come from? All right, now I'm gonna attempt to skip.
Oh, Justin, tiny screen.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you're probably wondering, why is my game so small? And the reason is because we just did another particular bit of refresh rate and aspect ratio changing for the next level in the run, General Grievous. And for some reason, we do a trick called Grieve Cheese, another cool name, that basically skips having to do the entire intended boss fight, where you go on like a platform on the side of the map, and you can shoot with Commander Code. You can shoot at Grievous, and it takes damage, or Grievous takes damage from it. So you can basically skip the entire intended section of the boss fight. But there's RNG involved, and it's hardware dependent, unfortunately. And so switching your aspect ratio to 800 by 600, which is the smallest provided by the game, is actually, for some reason, makes it more consistent. We don't know why. It's the only spot we use it in the entire run. But that is why our screens are tiny.
Yeah. Luckily, this is the Grievous is the shortest level in the entire run, so our screens won't be tiny for too long. But yeah, you may have to zoom in for just a moment.
Like the Game Boy version.
I love I was gonna say, I love when a trick looks like a production error.
Yeah, like Jared said, once we get to this level, we are just going to skip the fight entirely, just jumping back and forth in and out of his aggro. And if we shoot him while outside of his aggro range, the fight just doesn't progress like it's supposed to. And just is.
I'm not really having a good start to this right now. I need 3 more shots. Hopefully I can get it all in one here. The most that you can get in one cycle is 4 hits, which luckily I did get a 3 cycle to end it out, so it's not too bad. But yeah, you can only get a max number of 4 hits per cycle, so you do have to jump back a couple times in order to get him to shoot you. But that's it. I mean, like I said, it is the shortest level in the whole run. It's only done in it averages probably around 1 minute and 20 seconds. Depending how fast you go, it can sometimes be like between like 110 and 120, and the fastest that level has ever been completed is 1 minute and 7 seconds. So it's very short, but ironically enough, it's probably the biggest spot of time loss in all of episode 3. So
I was gonna say, in the future, y'all should like have some image hiding behind it. The game for when it gets small.
People have done that. All right. Looks like I got a 118. So
yeah, you're saving a little bit. Average. I got a 25.
And our game is back to normal size.
Heck yeah.
Welcome back, normal resolution.
Thank goodness.
Died 2024, reborn 2024.
So another, I guess fun piece of tech that we do in order to switch refresh rates. You're probably wondering, why aren't you like going in video settings to change the refresh rate? We basically we use Alt-Tab, Shift-Tab to switch refresh rates, and for some reason it doesn't close out of your game. So you can Alt-Tab, Shift-Tab, but the game acts like you've closed it and reopened it. So that's very useful. It actually saves quite a bit of time on the refresh rate changes that we do.
And the reason that even matters is because for some reason, if you go into your options and make a video setting change but don't save it, so you make a change but you don't accept it, when you Alt-Tab the game, the effect just takes place for some reason.
That's
Justin,
so weird.
I just got a 154 opening. That was really good.
Nice. Yeah, this opening room here is pretty tough.
Well, while you're making your way through it, which Star Wars character has the most minifigure appearances?
Luke Skywalker.
Luke?
Oh.
And for Jared, Han Solo was a pretty good guess, though. I wonder what minifigure has the most Like
ever?
total.
I know.
In existence.
I know the answer
I would-
to that. If you want to guess for
you?
bonus time. Yeah.
Yoda.
This is like in
Well, it
Lego
wouldn't be
in
Star
general,
Wars.
right?
Yeah, it wouldn't be Star Wars because
Oh.
Luke has the most for Star Wars.
Well, I meant like
Oh.
a set might come with like
Oh,
four
I thought you meant
stormtroopers.
what character has the most minifigures.
Nah.
Well, I know
Also,
that
the other
one.
question's interesting too.
Do we want to keep that question live? Like, we can start guessing.
Is it the rocket guy?
Oh,
The astronaut?
The astronaut?
I guess branded character
Oh, branded character.
that would have the most minifigure appearances. It is definitely a popular character.
It'd be like Indiana Jones, like Gollum. What else?
Nah.
Like Harry Potter.
Nope.
Popular character.
Oh,
I'm trying to think of like what's like.
like a
Oh,
superhero. Is it Batman?
It's Batman.
Is it Batman? It's Batman.
Oh.
Okay.
All right, I guess the host.
10 seconds for me.
10 seconds for me.
So Luke Skywalker has 47 minifigures. Batman has 80.
Wow.
Oh my god.
That's a lot.
Why are there so many
appearances,
Batmen?
yeah. I don't know. The second highest for Star Wars is Clone Trooper, just the generic trooper.
That
I
makes
guess.
sense because
makes
they
sense.
have a lot of battle packs.
They have 46. Han Solo has 43. Obi-Wan Kenobi has 33. And Darth Vader has 27.
I'm like kind of surprised that Obi-Wan isn't higher when he's so prevalent. Well, I guess he doesn't appear in 5 and 6 sets.
Honestly, I think like the trivia question being like Luke Skywalker is the most appeared character. What's the second most appeared character? I don't think we would have been able to guess Clone Trooper.
Trooper, I would
Alright,
never think
here's
that,
my-
yeah.
How many Vader appearances are there?
I'm gonna guess 60.
29.
Didn't I-
I was asking Spoos.
Vader?
Yeah.
27, I just said that.
Oh, how many Anakins are there?
Anakin pre-Vader is 21.
That's
Okay.
48.
48,
total.
that is technically by
Yeah.
one. Yeah, brickset.com does not consider post Vader Anakin as Anakin.
All right. Well, while we're getting a quick break in questions, hopefully, we're about to have another really big skip here. That skip's having to go on top of the library to force a bunch of levers. We call it library skip. Basically, just involves lodging Obi-Wan into that little corner there, and then for some reason, if you pan the camera up with player 1 or player 2, depending on which controller character you have, and get him off screen, if you jump with that player in a very specific spot on the pillar and call in player 2, it calls him in on the other side of the door, and you skip having to do that room. That's about a 30-second time save. Pretty cool.
I just posted this link in chat. There is a mermaid Batman figure. So do with that info what you will. It's Batman, but he's a mermaid and he's got a trident.
Huh. That's not what it's
Does he
both
have, like,
exactly and not what I expected.
Does he have like a mermaid leg piece, or is he looking like a bathing suit or something?
So
He's got a mermaid tail.
he's got a mermaid tail. And he's also got like clam or like shells over his pecs. And also he has the utility belt on. It's one of the model. I tried to fit in a question about mermaid Batman, but I couldn't. So there you go. I don't know like
What set is this
I'm
from?
trying to, I think it's from the Lego
like
Batman
a-
movie.
I feel like it would be from like an advent calendar or something.
I don't know exactly. It's
It's from the minifigure collectible bags.
there's also swimming pool Batman that has a dolphin. This dolphin's ripped out of
Those are-
Guilty Gear Strive.
Wait, that dolphin rules. Hold up. It is just Totsugeki.
There's Tropical Joker.
You wonder what that dolphin's
These are so good.
piece name is?
What is it?
Dolphin number 2.
All right, well, we are on to the last level of episode 3, Darth Vader, probably everyone's favorite level playing this game growing up. It's a pretty short level. It does have a couple of skips. Right now, I'm going to do some nice parkour around these little bridge thingies, and I'm just going to zoom up this little pillar here. Make a pretty well-spaced jump. Hopefully I get across, and I do. Nicely done, giving myself some credit. And then we're going to do some interesting switches to skip having to do this boss fight in whole. But bang, end of episode 3. You got 1 episode to go.
You had the high ground.
I did. For a brief second.
So just 2 and 5?
We got
Just five.
just 5.
Just 5. God, 2 went by so fast.
So did we want to take a very short break once Super's done with 3?
Sounds good. But yeah, episode 5, it's at the very end. It's one of the longest levels, and it also is probably the most difficult. Especially when you're on a really good run. This level can be incredibly nerve-wracking and very difficult to execute under that kind of pressure. But there are some new developments in this episode that have happened in the last, days. But well, hopefully we can show you guys some of the brokenness in this episode and end this race off on a high note.
Sounds good. We want to.
Justin, let me know when you're ready. I'm in the cutscene already.
All right, I will close me up in my game. And I am pretty much good for a break whenever.
All right.
All right.
You want to count down the pause?
3, 2, 1, pause. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Before that, we have a couple more announcements.
Ooh. Your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel help support Games Done Quick Hotfix. If you enjoy watching speedruns, consider subscribing to the channel. Go to gamesdonequick.com/hotfix for more info on our weekly shows and weekend specials. GDQ's next all-women and femme speedrunning event, Flame Fatales, returns August 18th through the 25th. That's like next weekend and the week after.
It's true.
Use !FF in Twitch chat to check out the schedule and let us know what you're looking forward to the most.
We'll be right back with more Lego Star Wars. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to Think Fast, the speedrunning game show of fast times and sharp minds. If you're just joining us, I'm your host, Swoos.
I'm also your host, Corbin May.
In case you forgot how the game works, it's not simply enough to beat the game the fastest. Our runners are answering trivia questions as they play, and the more questions they get right, the more seconds we get take off their time. If you're watching at home, please continue playing along in chat. I believe Jared is ahead in both trivia and the game, so it's up to Super to mount the comeback. So, are y'all ready to go?
Yep.
All right. It is once again time to think fast in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. We are officially done with almost every single episode. We have 1 left, episode 5, the final episode, often regarded as one of the hardest in the entire speedrun, and also has some of the most RNG. It is a crazy episode,
Yeah, it's
and
definitely
especially crazy to end the run on it.
But yeah, we're currently in Hoth Battle, and Hoth Battle, the opening cutscene that I'm currently sitting through, and Justin as well, is the longest in the entire game. So it's about 1.5 minutes. Now is a good time where a lot of us will go take a bathroom break. There's around, what's the exact number of cutscenes in the entire run?
It's about 50 minutes of cutscenes in the run throughout all the levels.
And unfortunately, they are unskippable. It's one of the only LEGO games that you cannot skip the cutscenes in. But me personally, I actually kind of like the cutscenes. I like having a little bit of downtime in the long run. But yeah, Now we're getting ready to start Hoth battle.
Guess while we're waiting, we could get
All
one
right.
question in. Let's do it. Sure.
Let's do. What was the original title of Return of the Jedi?
Revenge of the Jedi.
That's right.
Bang.
20 for Jared.
Ooh.
Good start,
okay.
yeah.
You know why they changed it?
And then they ended up basically flipping the entire script and called Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith.
You know why they changed it?
Because George Lucas was like, revenge is not the Jedi way, so they changed it.
That's also correct.
I could see that being the case. Like, no, they don't believe in revenge.
All right,
Leads
so
to
in
things
Hoth battle,
and
we're
whatnot.
gonna do a couple barrier skips. Just skip basically everything. Make our way into the arena, and the arena is a massive RNG part of the run, where basically we're gonna be trying to kill the enemies, but the rate at which they spawn in is basically random. We're hoping to have them spawn in quickly.
Yeah, and we're going to be using one of the red bricks that we collected in Battle over Coruscant called Vehicle Smart Bomb. But basically the gist of it is that you hold down the special button and all of the enemies on screen will explode. And it saves a lot of time because you don't have to go around and shoot all of the enemies and can just use Vehicle Smart Bomb. And we use both players so that way you can get more VSB like hits. So it's a pretty nice extra to have. It saves around 20 seconds-ish to like a really good Hoth battle without it. But it's a pretty handy-dandy extra for sure.
Ooh, I had a really good first wave.
I had a really good second wave and I got double AT-AT spot. So we're chilling though. I did unfortunately miss the first barrier skip, so I do not think I'm on Gold Watch right now. But that was a pretty good, really good start to this arena. Maybe another trivia question?
Yes. Who's give us one?
Let's do this one. What constellation is the North Star Polaris part of?
Big Dipper.
It's not the Big Dipper.
No.
Ooh. If you asked me what the name of the North Star was, I could have. It is really hard to think while you're trying to do this.
What constellation is it? Is it like a super well-known constellation?
Yes.
Little Dipper.
It is.
That's right.
Nice.
Or Ursa Minor.
Right.
Same thing.
20 for Jared.
Wow.
Ooh, man.
Picking up a lot of trivia points in the final hour.
That means we just gotta do more.
That's true.
All right. Well,
Ooh, I
I'm
like
going to
this
be. Oh, you're asking a trivia question?
No, go ahead.
Okay. So, moving on to Escape from Echo Base. And only reason I'm mentioning that right now is because both of us are going to be doing a trick that was found yesterday. Literally yesterday. That it's called, the name is very, I'm not going to say what the name is the skip is. You'll kind of figure out what it is, but basically, we're going to use a cart to very precisely clip out of bounds and skip having to rescue C-3PO. And it skips a very particular thing. And you'll kind of see what it is. If you are very active on TikTok, you might be familiar with what I'm going to be what we're going to be saying. But it involves some explosive things. But yeah, I'm going to be going for it. Justin's going to be going for it as well. Hopefully we can get it, and we'll all be very happy. right, I'm setting it up. This lineup is super precise. Oh, I didn't get it. Okay. So unfortunately, now I'm going to have to wait for the cart to come all the way back around, and it loses around 11 seconds for that happening, but it does save time for what we usually do. But I did end up getting it second try, and I'm about to finish it, and where the commentators can give you their cue. Just give me 1 sec. All right, commentators, 3, 2, 1. Boom!
Hey, boom. I forgot the word.
So we call that skip boom skip. It skips having the cart going boom, so we just call it boom skip. It's boom skip in all caps because boom, you know, that was unfortunately though that wasn't very high on the boom meter. I got it second try. I'd say that was a 1 out of 5 on the boom meter, if we're being honest. But hopefully Justin can get it first try.
So
Justin, you getting close?
I did get it. We did boom.
Yeah. 5. If you get a new CG with it, I'd say that's 5 out of 5 on the boom meter.
Well, I won't be. All right. Rest of the level is just some clean execution. Yeah, you may have noticed I got really close to the screen there. I am actually counting the pixels on my screen to line it up. So I kind of had to get into the screen there just a little bit.
One more little jump there with Han to end the level, but that's Escape from Echo Base. But yeah, that so Justin got it first try, but that skip saves around 13 seconds to what we used to do literally 2 days ago. This is the newest newest development in the entire run. It was found literally yesterday. Yeah, this last week has been a really interesting development time of development for the game. Like I said earlier, we kind of optimized it to a certain point to where things are kind of hard to come by now. But in the last week alone, we've probably found around 35 seconds worth of strategies. And like I said, that's happened in the last week. So right when eRoadhouse got the new any % world record, it immediately becomes outdated. So yeah, it's been pretty cool.
All right. Heading into Falcon Flight, very boring level followed by one of the biggest RNG pieces in the entire game. We're going to just kind of drive through a bunch of rooms, and then there's a boulder at the end of the level that spins in random directions that we have to hit all the targets on. And sometimes a target will just stay on the backside of it. It'll never spin to the front. But yeah, like I said, besides that, the level is considerably boring. So I guess we can do some trivia during it.
according to the International Astronomical Union, what 3 qualities does a planet have?
Atmosphere, gravity. Are any of those correct?
Gravity.
Gravity, I'll give you 1.
Yeah.
It needs to have enough gravity to be sphere-shaped.
Sphere-shaped, have gravity, and have
Well, that was one of them. If you have enough
okay.
gravity, you become a sphere.
Yeah. Atmosphere
okay.
was not one.
yeah, no atmosphere.
Do they have to be? Oh, they have to be rotating around the sun, right?
Yep. Orbit a
You
star.
have to orbit a star.
Orbit.
So that's 2 for me.
Yep.
Like retain that orbit.
Oh, it rotates on its own axis.
Nope.
No.
Okay.
The last one's the weirdest one. I
Yeah,
think.
it's a little obscure. I don't fully know what
Like,
this means.
Does it have is it have to be a certain size?
I mean, no. I mean, yes, but that I don't know.
Yeah,
That's not the
I-
answer.
Is it related to size?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what this last thing means. I believe it is.
Does it need to have other objects orbit with it, like a moon?
Okay, so it's not that. So it is related to size. Yeah, I think I get it from this Wikipedia article. That's where I learn everything. So
Oh my god! I just got an insane boulder. Oh my goodness. That was crazy good. Sorry, I just that was really good.
Hopefully I get the same.
So I'll give it for size. It must be able to clear similar sized objects in its orbit, which basically means, from this two-liner that I get, the object needs to be large enough so that it's not like so Pluto has a moon kind of, but they're similar sized, and it ends up so they kind of orbit each other as well, instead of like the Earth has a moon. The moon distinctly orbits the Earth. Basically, it needs to be large enough.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay. I was on the right track.
Yeah. How are we divvying that one up?
Well, I got 2 and Justin got 1, so
Yeah. So 20 for Jared, 10 for Super.
All right.
We both got pretty good boulders there. By the way, the boulder's name is Dwayne. I'm sure you can put the pieces together as to why.
Dwayne the Boulder.
Dwayne the
boulder.
what's a boulder? What's a boulder?
A small planet.
No. Dwayne.
Dwayne
A pebble?
Floats?
I don't know.
I guess we'll never know.
I guess it's somewhere in between a pebble and a boulder. A stone?
Yeah.
I think it's that.
Alrighty. Well, we are on to Dagobah now. Personally, this level is my favorite in the entire run. But we're about to do a skip. That is another refresh rate skip. It's only be done on 50 hertz, so we did switch to it. Involves jumping on the buttons while they're still in the water. And then jumping up onto this little piece of collision that can only be accessed on 50 hertz. And then, one of the biggest skips in the whole run, we jump on this little rock, wait for R2 to come in on the other side, pull in and drop out very, very close to each other. We walk around this little rock here, jump onto this vine of the tree, hit this pixel, and then jump across, and we've just skipped an entire cutscene and intended round of gameplay, all just like that. That's around 90 seconds worth of gameplay that we just skipped. It's called Hut Skip. Again, like I said, it's probably one of the biggest skips in the entire run. Very cool, pretty easy. Otherwise you would have to watch a really long cutscene and then have to do a section where Yoda basically like teaches Luke how to use the Force. And that whole section is not even touched in the speedrun. Very, very cool.
Well, now you don't know how to use the Force, though.
Well, whenever you load the area, he automatically gains his abilities.
Yeah, he just magically becomes a Jedi.
Canonically. That would be a very interesting trigger to add in the game. Just if you have not seen the cutscene, you cannot use the Force. Good luck.
Yeah, when the skip was first found, we entered this cutscene. Senor was the person who found the skip, and he's like, "Will he have the Force?" Comes through. Of course he does.
Yeah, I would hope so.
But yeah, one of the reasons why this level is my favorite is just because of the really, really cool 1p2c done in this level. We have 2 players called in for the entire level. You can do some really cool fight optimizations with having 2 players in. And this end room also goes by really fast with 2 players called in. And it's very consistent, but it's also, there's a certain skill ceiling that you need to have. So that's part of the reason. Oh, okay. I don't know why I did that. A little bit of...
So with the cutscenes, that get skipped as a result of the speed run, how badly does that change the lore of Star Wars if that was made canon? Like, what major events never happened? That's a big one.
That's a pretty big one.
So we skip encountering Jar Jar.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
So that would then down the line, then the Republic never falls.
Ooh.
Yeah, because Jar Jar doesn't grant emergency powers to the Chancellor, and then none of the stuff happens.
Exactly.
We skip like Obi-Wan and Kamino, like learning about all the clones or whatever.
That's big too, because then what if the clones don't exist, right?
Ooh.
Okay, so that's actually a very fascinating
I need more
question,
deep dives
because
of
Then the
this,
animation would just have to be called The Wars.
Yeah, I need more deep dives of what is the game turning to canonically if all of the skips are canon.
Let's
Just
see
for
what else.
anything.
So well, okay, it's not really part of the movie, but like I guess in Rescue the Princess, we skip Obi-Wan like seeing the princess and like running away from us.
By the way, we're going in the Cloud City Trap, probably one of the hardest levels in the run. If you're familiar with the Summoning Salt video, I'm sure you know a lot about this level and its amount of skips that are in here. So might be time for some trivia. I think we were talking about this earlier.
These last two levels are probably two of the hardest in the game, and we're just gonna play them out all while we're just being rapid fired with trivia.
How many tires did Lego manufacture in 2010?
5 billion.
Not quite that many.
100 million.
More than that.
500 million.
Less.
300 million.
300.
More.
350.
Between.
325.
375.
That's not between. 375 is very close.
378.
What's our cutoff space?
Yeah, that's fine. 370 is close enough.
All right.
Oh my.
That's within 3, like earlier. So
Bang.
381 million tires. They are the largest tire manufacturer in the world by a huge margin.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But
Let's keep it going.
We're about to skip some boss fights here. I am doing a lot of pause buffers.
So please give us another one.
Lego comes from two Danish words, leg and got. What do these mean in English?
Brick.
No.
Build. Fun.
Nope.
Fun is close.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Play.
Play is one of them.
Which one is it? Like leg or go? Got.
I think play is leg.
Okay.
Oh, I just got a frame perfect jump. Let's go. Fast EV4 for the boys. I just did a really really difficult jump across the platform. So
Play and kid, child.
Nope. It forms a like coherent sentence, the two words together.
Play
more.
Nope.
I like chat's answer of let's go. Let's play.
Time to play.
Play is the first word, so it's play something. It's kind
play
of
right, play cool, play
great is very close.
Play good.
Play excellent.
You may say that the Jedi do not do good; they do
bad.
No, the Jedi don't do bad.
They do great.
This is a grammar joke.
Yeah. If someone asks how you're doing, you don't say you do good or you're doing good. You say you're doing
well, fine, swell.
It's well.
Yep.
Play well.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, really quickly.
I'm in desperate need of more questions.
Yeah, I think-
Okay, hold on. Let me really quickly. We're going into the last level of the run, Betrayal Over Bespin. Recently, a new skip was found in this level that saves like 30 seconds. It's really, really precise, really, really difficult. And in the last level of the run, it can be really, really hard. You'll see both of us go for it, but it's pretty cool. Rapid fire, go ahead.
All right.
Throw the questions
That
out.
one was 20 for super. Next.
What Star Wars character is George Lucas's favorite?
Jar Jar.
Ewok,
No.
Obi-Wan.
Vader, Yoda.
Nope.
Nope.
Rick. Mace Windu.
Palpatine, Darth Maul,
R2D2.
Lando.
It's
right.
R2.
Hey!
Time for Jared. Who doesn't love R2?
It's pretty great.
Han Solo is the scientific name of what type of extinct arthropod?
Arthropod.
What is that?
Like a bug.
It's like a kind of bug.
It's an extinct bug.
I don't think either of us are gonna get this.
If you think of fossils
Fossils.
that aren't dinosaurs.
Not a dinosaur, a bug. Like, oh, I'm trying to think. What is the name of that dude? The curly looking dude. Is it that one?
Yes, I believe so. I mean,
I don't know.
no way,
If
is it?
Justin gets this, I'll
Is it
give him
the
the tie.
trilobite?
Yeah, it is. The trilobite.
Yeah.
I only know that thanks to the movie Journey to the Mysterious Island.
Oh my
Shout out to
god.
that.
Oh my god. I just had a heart attack, Justin. I think you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I don't know, man. We need more trivia.
All right, well, that one was 30 for super for getting trilobite.
Wow.
Future trilobite, Sean.
Discontinued as of 2022, what was the name of the line of Lego kits that enabled students to build programmable robots?
Oh,
Engineer,
Connect or Nex. Oh my god, I literally did this
It is
in
not,
elementary school.
It is not Technic.
No, not that. It's Mindstorm.
That's it.
That's right.
Wow.
Another 30.
30? Okay, man.
Yeah, keep it going. Keep it going.
What is the closest star outside of our solar system?
Oh my god, I know this. It's like the. Oh my god, what's the name? What's the freaking name? Oh, I know this too. This is like. Oh my god. It's like it's two words.
Yep.
I know it too. I can't.
Oh my god, why am I drawing a blank? It's I know. It's Alpha Centauri. That's what it is.
It is not Alpha
Yes.
Centauri.
Proxima Centauri.
It is Proxima
That's
Centauri.
right.
Yes.
No way!
It is just
It's
barely
like-
closer than Alpha Centauri is.
Oh man.
Another 20 for super.
Good.
Come on. Like, what about Lost in Space? Lost in Space is, I guess, like, lore is incorrect. All right, well, I just finished the run.
What? You're already done?
Yeah, I am done. I actually got a really good best man. I got first try Grand Theft Falcon and first try Bridge Skip, so I'm done with the run. Yeah, that's Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga. Incredibly broken, incredibly fun, really, really cool speedrun. Yeah. I got a final. By the way, my final time was 2:23:13.
Seems really
So-
good.
Nice.
Little, exactly 2 minutes off my personal best.
I think this is gonna be close. I think you might have it, but I gotta cook this final
Is this the last question?
We could still do a couple more questions.
No, we can do
so
more.
long as you're not
You
done
can still
yet.
get points
Yeah.
after you're done.
Mm.
The tallest Lego set available to consumers features what world landmark?
Eiffel Tower.
That's right.
That's right.
10 seconds.
Although our sun is a G-type star, it's actually a rarity among stars. What is the most common type of star
Blue?
in the observable universe?
Sorry. Blue?
No.
No.
White?
Is it like a
Red. Wait, red dwarf.
That's right.
That's right. 20 more for Super. Rolling at the end here.
He's gonna beat me.
I wonder if this is enough. What is Palpatine's first name?
Chief.
That's right.
That's right.
20 for
20 for
Jared.
Jared.
Oh, no. That's a lot of time.
Did you do what I just think you did?
No, I'm good.
Okay. You didn't pull a me.
What spacecraft is currently the furthest man-made object from Earth?
Voyager 1.
Dang it!
That's right.
I was just about to. Wait, he said it before Voyager 1. He said it before you finished asking the question.
Dude, I thought they were
Said at
done.
the same time. 10 seconds.
Sorry. Okay, I'm done. Time.
And we'll do.
GG's to both of you.
Want to do one more right at the end?
All right, one more.
One more?
This could be important.
This one.
If this makes or breaks it.
Oh, I just got a really lucky slave Leia switch. This is the greatest speedrun of all time. Sorry. Okay.
All right. This one is for 20 seconds. Not quite a Christmas present. Which telescope was launched on December 25th, 2021, and is currently the largest telescope in space?
Is it James Webb
Hubble?
that's on space? Is it?
It is. It is James Webb Space Telescope.
Oh my God.
20
Justin.
Final seconds for Super. I don't
Justin.
know if that was enough, but
Okay,
we'll see.
let's-
Do we want to go off our loadless times here because that's the most fair?
We can.
It's up
Yeah.
to you.
So
What did you say you had, Jared?
I got a 223.13.
All right, I had a 225.20.
all
Oh my
right,
goodness. This is actually going to be
Give me a
like
second.
absurdly
All right,
close.
so-
Oh boy.
While Swoos does some math, would you all like to do some shout outs?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, shout out anyone who takes this game as seriously as we do. All the top runners of the game: E Roadhouse, Frostbite, Zach, Ginger, Senor, Bricko, to Hamster. It goes all the way down. Anyone who has contributed to this game, helped progress it. Jimkin, everyone. The list goes on. You know who you are. Everyone in the community has played such a big impact to getting us to where we are today. So, shout outs to anyone who has ever ran this game, skip hunted this game, watched this game, whatever. Huge shout out to every single one of them.
Yeah, I'll kind of repeat that. Shout out to the whole entire TCS community. I'm really, really thankful to have been able to call you guys some of my best friends. We have a really, really tight community, and I'm super, super proud of that. Yeah, shout out to you, Justin. Justin, by the way, was the person who kind of got me into the community in the first place. I stumbled upon a 100% complete speedrun on YouTube in December of 2019. And that was Justin was just so happened to be the runner, and that kind of prompted me to join the community. He's done that for so many people. He's been kind of the culprit of the whole community, and there's no better person to have at the top of that community that people look up to. So yeah, shout out to you, Justin. Shout out to my girlfriend. She's watching right now. She's a really big supporter of mine. Sits through all the hours that I play in this game. So she's a big part of why I'm here. So thanks to her. Yeah. Thanks you guys
right.
so much for having us on the show. I had a blast. I really appreciate the opportunity to showcase this game.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for
I'm
being
glad
on.
you all had fun. We do have your final loadless score adjusted times, which is more math than we're normally allowed to do on this show because we're quite bad at it. Coming in second place with a 2:19.50 is super. So congratulations to Jared with a 2:19:32,
Wow.
an 18-second difference. Very close for a 2.5 hour run.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But yeah,
Eve Palpatine, man.
that's the difference. That's the
That
difference.
really was,
One
yeah.
Star Wars question.
One question.
But
Before
real
we
quick,
get out,
real quick, I do
go
want
ahead.
to.
No, go ahead.
I do want to make one quick mention. The Lego Star Wars community. This at the end of this week, Friday through Sunday, we are going to be hosting a Break the Record event. We have an annual Break the Record event every summer, and we are going to be hosting it this Friday. Like I said, it's going to be a whole weekend event. Every single top runner is going to be running and trying to break the record. And like we mentioned in this run, we have so many new optimizations, so many new strats that have been happening like the last couple of days. So the record is certainly up for grabs, and it's going to be streamed on twitch.tv/Lego Speedruns, all one word. Again, twitch.tv/Lego Speedruns. If any of you guys are interested and want to check that out, that'd be really, really awesome. Again, it's this Friday on twitch.tv/Lego Speedruns. All of the top runners, myself, Justin included, will be there. It should be a really, really fun event.
Make sure to check that out. Make sure to check out both of our runners as well.
Yeah.
And
sure.
make sure to check out what you've all been waiting for, Spoost announcements.
Yeah, I've been waiting for that. GDQ is going to PAX West from August 30th to September 2nd. That is in a couple weekends. The schedule is now out. Use !PAX in Twitch chat for more info and let us know what you're excited to see. Games Done Quick Express is returning to TwitchCon from September 20th to the 22nd. That is more than a couple weekends from now. Use !GDQX in Twitch chat for more info and let us know what you're hoping to see at the event. We are not done here. Well, we're done, but Games Done Quick is not done for today. Up next, we have Final Fantasy III Pixel Remaster on the bargain bin, so stay tuned for that. And we'll be back at some other time. So see us then.
That may be all the trivia we have for the day, but don't worry. Somehow, Think Fast will return.
Somehow.
Yeah, thanks so much for having us on, guys. Really appreciate it.